I'm just waiting to get an okay ping for my Plex server. Yeah, I had a couple drives fail on me over the weekend, so I had to replace them.
No.
You have really bad luck with those.
Dude, my laptop seems fine. I don't know what the hell happened there. That was just a weird fluke. I don't know what the fuck happened. It just did that to me. I've tested it a few times. I don't know what the hell happened there, but yeah, I had a fucking solid state drive and then a regular drive. The solid state drive I'm not too upset about. It was like a real janky piece of shit one I bought like from a sketchy site a long time ago, and it's ran for like 3 years surprisingly, and it just has like a bunch of garbage like media saved on it. And then the other one, the other hard drive, that one was a bit of a bummer. It's a 4 terabyte one that I just bought like 6 months ago, so I'm gonna try to get a refund for it. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. I've just not had great luck with my computer the past like 6 months, but it's an older computer that I fuck with constantly. So I mean, I'm not really that surprised. I've been fucking around with virtual machines a lot lately, so it's my fault. It's all my fault. I know it is. Maybe not the drive, but generally my problems with my computer are from me going, I wonder if I could do this. But yeah,
I used to have a lot of PCs. There's here attest to my bad luck, but I kind of figured out what it was. It was power issue.
Yeah, that you cannot cheap out of the power supply. It'll fuck up every other thing. That's like that. Yeah, that's something I learned relatively early on too. Because I would same way. I wouldn't go cheap, but I would never buy anything too crazy, and I'd always have issues with it. And I finally spent the money on a decent one. I just haven't had nearly the issues that I used to have. No, I just have a surplus. I got a friend who works for the local government, the state government here, and he works like in like their like IT department, and they sell all their old shit every year for like dirt cheap. So I buy like pallets of like old towers and stuff like that, and cannibalize them and resell them and stuff like that. But I have like I have like just a I have like a fuckload of servers that I run. That me and a buddy of mine kind of split the load on a Plex server that me and him run for us and a couple of our other friends. That just has like fucking I don't know. At this point, I think we have 1,500 movies on it, and like something like a couple hundred complete series shows and stuff like that. Like, yeah. So
I have a question then.
Yeah.
Are you by any chance at Crash Override?
One more time.
Are you by chance known online as Crash Override?
No. No, I don't know who that is. No,
it's a movie from the 90s called Hackers.
Oh, Hackers. Okay, yeah. That would totally miss me. Yeah, no, it sounded familiar to me too. I was like, why do I know that name? But yeah, no. I haven't seen that movie in a hot minute.
Hack the Planet!
Yeah, Hack the Planet. It is a very 90s movie. It is one of those. It's the most egregious I've ever seen. But
it's got Angelina Jolie with like a tomboy haircuts, which is all right by me.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
No complaints there.
I love Hollywood hacking.
Go as Zero Cool instead.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's the ultimate Hollywood hacking experience. Just random like
typing
in binary code. Yeah.
Mainframe.
Just a screen full of binary code.
It's a local server. Calm the fuck down.
It's the mainframe. It's my own mainframe. They're like, that's just the C drive. What are you talking about?
It's your IP address. That's yours, dude.
Yeah.
Like the IP address doesn't even tell you the exact location of a person, just their general area. Calm down. Oh, so the IP address is in New York. Good the fuck luck finding that person in the city of 1 million souls.
Are you trying to tell me that NCIS has been lying to me? Because I
They claimed.
Are you telling me that CSI doesn't actually know anything about forensics? Next, you're going to tell me that Law and Order is an accurate depiction of how police officers work in New York.
No, that's exactly how it works.
I'm actually willing to venture to guess that's probably true.
No way.
I actually think they're more competent.
Oh my god, that fucking scene.
It's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
That is my favorite.
One keyboard, two type. It's fucking. That guy's wild. What's his name? Like on the dude's the actor's name. You ever read the story about like there were like two kids that like crashed their car outside of his house and it was like on fire, and he went out there with like a fire axe and like chopped the car door off and like saved their lives. It's
Wow.
fucking bonkers.
You're talking about Mark Harmon?
Bro.
Yeah, it is Mark Harmon. Okay, I can't remember if that was his name or not. Yeah, fucking Mark Harmon. Yeah.
Picture of Mark Hartman, the greatest actor who ever lived.
Yeah, like I don't remember. It was a
You
while
see Mark Hartman
ago.
in a wheelchair?
Yeah, it was a while ago, but yeah, he did that.
But I
Yeah, it's
believe it.
crazy. Yeah, he like literally like saved their lives. I don't remember the exact story, but something along those lines.
Once you played, Jethro Gibbs for 10 plus years, I guess you just kind of get in the role.
Gibbs. God, I've seen so much of that. My
Just
mom loved
becomes
all
the
of those.
Dude, my mom fucking loves those shows. Like that's all she.
And my mom loves every single one of them.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I know about
It's
them.
it's such a
Yeah.
parent's show, though.
It really is, I guess.
What's it fucking called? Jag.
Oh, Jag. Yeah.
Y'all remember Jag?
That's a deeper cut. Let's see here. All right, so I'm getting all green on my side. Yeah, cool. We're good to go. So hop into it here. See if Trendon shows up. But regardless, here's a map for you guys. I don't think I need to go too in detail. You guys, basics of it. You guys had a few days off after your adventure in the cornfield with the acid-spitting spider monster, and then awoke in the middle of the night, about 3 days on, to the town guard's bell ringing. You went and found there had been a colonist, a man by the name of Daib, was attacked in his sleep by, as he said, a small little naked gray man. They described it to you, him and his partner Tyrell, who had fought it off with a cast iron pan there at the Samwise Gamgee. And then you all deduced that this must have been another choker, like you had previously encountered at the house up on the hill, the drunk choker that had nearly killed Robert at the time. You guys investigated, found tracks leading down to the well. You investigated down in the well that's next to the house and found a small crack in the walls of this well that led into a larger cave system. You went exploring inside here and you found, first of all, a room full of some very strange objects in the sense of bones, just small, meticulously piled bones with skulls sitting on top of them, some of them humanoid, some of them not, and were attacked by 3 creatures known as slurks. These amphibious animals that like the dark and secrete a sticky secretion from their backs and a grease from their bellies. You slew them fairly easily, started exploring more, found a bunch of choker younglings and proceeded to dispatch them, and then found mom and dad and took them out as well and finished off the rest of the choker children. And that's where we are. We ended with you guys having found some loot. So that's what I would like to resolve first here, to figure out who's carrying what and what's going where. So you guys would all open up the party sheet and go into the inventory. You'll see a number of items in there. 2 cat's eyes elixirs, a monkey pin, a silver mirror, ticket swim fins, a thunderstone, a wand of heal. I know, a wand of heal, and a wondrous figurine of a onyx dog. And they've all been identified, so any of you that look at them, you should be able to see what they do. Yeah, nothing's particularly heavy, so it shouldn't be anything too crazy. It's more so just who thinks what may be useful.
How about...
I only want the monkey pin. That's the only thing I want.
Yeah, that's about what I was about to say. So yeah, you can take the monkey pin. And definitely the Wand of Heal and Thunderstone to Henris, in my opinion.
Well, honestly, I feel like the Wand of Heal could be more suited for someone.
I think Trendon maybe might take that. That way he has a healing capability in case something happened to Henris.
Worst case scenario, I go down. And
exactly. Yeah, then you still have... Yeah. You just keep getting knocked back down. It blows my mind every time that's Chumbo.
I'm pretty sure I'm not a cat and I don't have 9 lives. I think I only have just the 2?
Well, 1 so far. You don't know what happens.
So far. Maybe a second. I don't know what fate has in store for me or for Asmo.
Wait a minute. Did you really just incorporate Chumbawamba into this conversation?
No.
Don't get knocked down again. It always blows my mind that they're called Chumbawamba. I always feel like Chumbawamba should be like a band from the 60s. Like
Not only did you
like...
make it a point to embellish the fact that we murdered children, which you could have put that in softer language. I'm just saying.
Well, you did children.
Not just the men.
You did just
the women and the children too.
It was. Well, they were. Just call them. Hey, I'm the neutral party here.
Just tell them like it is.
Yeah.
I'm just stating the facts.
He's not judging. You know,
I'm just saying they were in fact children.
You might be judging a little bit.
They were in fact children.
They were just playing with a fucking rock, man. You came in there, just cut their heads off. I mean, it's fine.
They were playing horse, and you guys just came in and killed them.
Would it be possible for me to reverse engineer the Thunderstone?
Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. I don't know. I don't know enough about formula and stuff like that to give you an answer right now. But I think that might be something we could figure out.
I think,
but yeah,
it's an alchemical item.
It is.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, I don't see too much of a problem with that. There is also an alchemist on the island with you as well, so I have no problem with you like purchasing formulas from them. But yeah, I mean the Thunderstone though as well, like it is something that I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure since it's technically still, I think Robert can use that as well, since he is a fighter. Like you could throw it basically the same as you would any other type of ranged weapon. Okay. But yeah, whoever wants to use it, just throwing that out there.
How good is your fastball, Robert?
Pretty good. I have out of character. I have 18 strength, so I can toss a. That's pretty good fastball.
All right. Well, I guess the Thunderstorm is for you. I suppose I will have the good boy in statue form.
What does that do?
So it can turn into a dog for 6 hours per week. And it can only be activated once per week, and it remains in its form for up to 6 hours, and it gains the traits of a guard dog. And so essentially it can be used to track things. It can be used as a minion in combat, but it's obviously not going to be anything particularly strong in combat. That probably wouldn't be the best use of it. Be used as a guard for like watches and stuff like that. But yeah, you have 6 hours a go, and it's a good once a week.
That's awesome.
So it'll be very helpful for us tracking down the lost colonists.
Yeah, if you needed it for something like that, it's because they actually gets a +4 circumstance bonus to its style checks to track, and it has dark vision, and it has pretty good. I'll have to look up it's got pretty good stats too, so it's might have the best survival of all of you guys currently. But yeah, then there's just. No, I was just saying, then there's just the mirror, the swim fins, the wand. We'll just leave in there for now because we'll just say Trindon's going to have that. Yeah. And then the other cat's eye elixir. That's just, it gives you dark vision for 10 minutes, I think is what it is.
I suppose I could use the cat's eye elixir.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. The cat's eye elixir is specifically, it's for creatures that are hidden. You reduce the flat check to 5. So instead of them having a DC 10 or 11 flat check, it's just a DC 5. So it makes them easier to hit.
You could give both of them to Ticket.
Yeah, very, very circumstantial thing, but when you need it, it'd probably be a nice thing to have.
Actually, I'm gonna hold on to one. I'm gonna hold on to one because I also have pretty good.
I'll take the other one. I'm also gonna take the mirror because I have plans for it.
Yeah, what does the silver mirror do?
Just a mirror. It's just a mirror. Okay, it's worth 10 gold. Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty.
But it's one of those items that would probably sell for full price.
Cool. I will take.
Arthur, I have a plan.
And yeah, you can. Yeah, Hendris, why don't you take the dog? That's great. That is you. But while we divide all this loot up, and I start talking, and I'm like, let's end the day. Come back here and explore the rest. But before we leave, I would like to collect some of these stones on the wall. Let's get 4, one for each of us, and one for Trindon to study, and then another to show back to Ramona.
Sounds good to me.
That sounds.
How do you? What do you got on you that you're going to try to remove these with?
I really wish I had bought a crowbar now. Let me see.
I got a hammer. You can probably use my machete to pry him off, maybe.
Yeah, I'll say you have those. You still have some batons, right?
I have 6 of them.
Yeah. I'll say that's probably enough then. With the hammer and the pitons and Robert's strength, that's fine. I just wasn't sure what you guys had on you as far as tools. So yeah, you can kind of use those as a chisel essentially, and then use the hammer as a hammer, and kind of just kunk pry some of these chunks out of the wall. And they aren't really like, it's nothing like you aren't pulling out like a solid gemstone. It's obviously raw, and they're kind of in these veins. So it takes a little bit. And there's ching 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 ching. I'm gonna go ahead and roll. See how long I think that probably
has
takes.
The same texture, like the same cleavage and consistency as quartz, I'm guessing.
It feels very similar to quartz. Okay, so it's going to take you about 20 minutes because I was doing a D10 times 3. So it's going to take you about 20 minutes to pry some chunks out of the wall. Let me go ahead and just take a look here. So yeah, while Robert's doing that, I know, I believe Ticket's been battle medicined already, or treat wounded at least, in the fight with the Slurks. Hasn't been that long since then. So I don't know, do you plan on doing any sort of magical healing or anything like that? Or are you guys just going to leave it for now?
Well, we're going to be leaving, right?
I think we're going to end the
Yeah,
day.
so you guys are telling me.
Yeah, so then I don't think we have to worry about any kind of healing. We can just do a long rest and come back here later. We've took care of the initial problem. We don't need to delve any deeper right now.
Now, what happens if one of those acid-spitting beetles comes back, huh?
Well, we know how to take care of those, and so does the rest of the town guard, so I'm not too concerned about that. Knowledge is power, Ticket. Knowledge is power.
How about we leave and report back to Ramona, who, unless she's gone to bed, then rest, and we can come back here about noon. That
sounds fantastic. It is late. Pretty sure the sun has peeked over the horizon, and we need rest.
You guys have actually only been in here for like 45 minutes, so it hasn't been all that long of an amount of time. But yeah, so you think it's probably still the middle of the night. It didn't take you guys too long to navigate. This cave isn't very big.
Okay. Well, it's late, and you should probably get some better rest than we got now before we go and delve deeper into whatever this mysterious place is.
So I'm just going to move you guys here because there's something I want to point out. Something that you would have noticed when you were coming this way. When you were coming this way, there was a passageway leading here, down here. You guys would have seen that when you first encountered the creatures. There is now a rock wall there that was, you pretty certain, was not there before.
That is, I don't remember a cave-in.
And it doesn't look like a cave-in. It's a solid, like, it looks like the rest of the walls in this place. Like, you've seen a cave-in. There was a cave-in where the tunnel split. This is just a solid wall of stone that goes up to the ceiling, about 15 feet up.
So either I'm getting old and losing my mind, or there's a wall here where there shouldn't be.
I think it's called a door.
Can I put my hand? Can I put my hand on the wall?
Yeah. You move over. Say, Robert kind of trade places there. Give me a second to look at a rule because this is something that confuses me sometimes. One moment.
No.
All right. So. Okay.
Let me know if I need to make like a will save.
I think it is going to be a will save. I'm just double checking. Yeah, I feel like you can probably start to hazard a guess out of character what's going on, but let me see here.
Oh yeah, no.
That's okay.
Henris don't know, but Chad know.
Okay, so yeah, give me a will save.
Woo!
Yeah. Yeah. That's you can kind of tell immediately that this is very clearly an illusion that's been conjured here. As well
I
as
can see the wires.
So do you trying to see if that dispels that? Yeah, so you essentially just ignore it at that point. Okay. So yeah, with that being said, give me just a
Illusory
moment
object.
here. Yeah, something like that at least. Give me just a moment.
As a follower of the gods of truth and honor, no lies can get past me. Not even the lies of rock.
So you would see then, sitting right on the other side of this wall, Henris,
Uh-oh.
is something. And it looks like this.
Uh-oh. I'm scared.
I'm just going to drop this on you. It looks like this.
He's a baby.
And no, it's about the size of a horse. And
he's big baby.
and it looks mad.
Oh no.
Doesn't seem like it's noticed that you've seen it yet, though. It's just kind of sitting there swaying slightly.
Henris, what's going on?
There is a big ass crystal. I want to say it's a spider. Kind of pretty, actually. Like very, very pretty.
I look at ticket.
Henris recognize what this is.
Yeah, you can roll me a. This would be a. Let me see here. I always forget what this one is in this game.
Religion.
I think Arcana is probably going to be it, but let me just. This was a creature I had to create. All right, because it doesn't exist in 2e, not its current iteration. Yeah, Arcana. I think Arcana would be the check here if you would roll that in the tower.
Good. My one of my skills. No, that's not at all. All right. Here's hoping for the best. Shit.
yeah. Do try to roll those in the tower, but you have you actually you're pretty sure this is just some variation of a cave spider or a cave scorpion, actually.
It looks like a crystal cave scorpion thing. I don't know. I've never seen anything like this. Kind of pretty, but it looks pissed, and I would suggest we leave it be for now. It doesn't seem to know we're here, and I'd rather not disturb it. Let's just leave it alone. Like any wild animal, typically if you don't bug it, it won't bug you. So let's just leave, make a note of that, move on.
We can deal with this tomorrow, I think.
Yes, this is a tomorrow problem, not a tonight problem.
I mean, I'm in no position to deal with anything right now, pal.
I know, you look like shit.
Oh, thanks.
What'd you do with those? What'd you do with the gems after you pulled them down, Robert?
So I gave one to everybody. Might be useful. It might be worth something. I don't know.
So you gave one to everybody though, yeah, but you have the extras.
Yeah. So I have 3 then. I'm gonna give. You know what? Let's give one of them another one to Trindon so he can research it. So he's got 2, and then I'm gonna carry 2, and I'm gonna give 1 to Ramona. That's my idea.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to know who had the most on their person currently. And that's okay. You would probably notice, Henris, it seems to be eyeing Robert in particular.
Oh.
Notice Henris is looking at me. What's going on?
Robert, I think we should just back away slowly. It seems to have your interest, though. You have its interest. Maybe it can talk? I don't know. Like I said, there's nothing like this I've seen before in all my life.
We walk away. How about that?
Let's walk away. Yes, let's leave it alone.
Okay. So you guys just turn to leave.
We just turn to leave.
Sure. It lunges at you as you go.
No.
Saw that shit coming.
This wasn't. I was wondering if you guys were going to take the crystals or not. It wasn't going to go after you if you did it. Roll initiative.
All right.
I'm fucking dead, bro.
I was afraid that would happen.
We got
I
heals.
know.
We got heals.
I, the player, know exactly what this thing is, and I was very afraid when you mentioned crystals. I'm like, oh, here we go. Okay.
I'm assuming I wasn't in stealth, so I'm just gonna roll perception.
Yeah, if you would, please. And I'll roll for Trendon.
Perception's pretty high too, so.
Remember, ticket is pretty hurt.
Yeah.
All right. So it's looking
Pretty hard
like.
is being generous.
All right. It's looking like Henris, you're up first.
Where's the spider guy? I mean the.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. So imagine the rest of you can't quite see this thing yet. Yeah, but I'll just reveal it for you for now there, Henris. Here you go. It is. Boom, right there.
There he is.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. The rest of you can see it now. You can't. Characters can't see it, but you can look at it now. It's just this big crystalline rainbow scorpion.
Oh, I think I know why it's pissed off at Robert now. I've kind of put everything together now.
It's a Futurama episode with the poplars. These guys just took all its babies.
No, this is one of those situations where I ate the tuna sandwich from the gas station. I became
Yeah.
Whoa.
What would you like to do, Henris?
So Henris is going to. Oh God, he doesn't have his mace, does he?
No, you'd been using the
Oh,
machete.
what a horrible day to not.
I know you were
have
using
a
the
blunt
crossbow.
weapon.
You were using the crossbow.
Oh, what a horrible day not to have a blunt weapon. Oh, and I don't want to use.
Think about it though. Think about the whole situation.
I'm just going to throw one of the crystals at it.
Sure, so you can interact, draw a crystal, and then throw it.
Yep.
Sure, it just pink. It hits it. It does not seem pleased.
Oh no, it is immune to crystals.
Action.
Yeah, that would be two. Interact and then throw. No, it's interact to draw the crystal.
Though.
Yeah, I mean, I think those the hammer like that. I mean, I would probably rule it as like a D4. It would also be a simple weapon, so you could use it. That's fine, but it's not a war hammer, so it'd just be a D4 damage, D4 plus whatever your strength mod is.
I wonder if I combine it with the pigeon, what would that do in terms of damage?
Yeah, why'd you get up there and try to hammer a piton into it? We'll go from there.
Yeah, I'd rather not. That tail looks a little. No.
No, god damn it! I'm trying to lock this. I don't think I can do that. Anyways, yeah. So you got an action left, Henris. What do you want to do?
Kind of. I have any spells left?
Yeah, you should have some. You didn't use a whole lot. You guys didn't burn a whole lot up in those fights.
Do I still have my spiritual weapon, or is that gone now?
No, that's gone. You guys spent 20 odd minutes at least just carving those out in the cave. So I don't think you have anything that you can do one action. That's like unless you want to do your agile feat or something. I'll say you could have refocused during that time. That's fine because you'd used the vibrant thorns already. But
isn't heal one action? Heal.
So there is the one action heal. Heal is one of the only variable spells. There it can be 1 through 3 actions. So it would all depend. Generally, the 2 action one is a better use of the spell slot, in my opinion, because then you get the bonus on top of it.
So I'm going to just cast guidance on Robert.
Okay. Cool. All right. Ticket. It is your turn.
Okay. Hey, Robert. I'm just gonna let you know what my plan is before I execute it. I'm gonna run the fuck away.
Yeah, hey. I don't blame you. Yeah, like hide and
Trendon,
get into a yeah.
It's time for you to come with me, buddy. Get the hell out. And I'm going to activate my bracelet of dashing, and I'm going to run as fast as I can.
I think a bracelet of dashing is just an envision too, isn't it? And that's not even an action. I think it's just
No,
a
there is
free
an
action.
action. It gives me.
Is it an action? Okay.
It gives me plus 10 for that turn, and I can use it once per day.
Yeah.
Yes, the Joe
it's 1
Star
minute.
technique.
Yeah, it's 1 minute, so that's 10 rounds. So you can fucking book it. So one action. So you got 2 left with an additional 10 feet of movement. So what does that get you? What, 60 or 80? I mean, are you at a full 30? Oh, you're 25. I'm sorry. So yeah, it gives you
25,
35.
yeah.
So 70 feet of movement. So I can just handle it for you if you want. Just make it easier. Just going straight like out the way.
He's going out the way he came. He's leaving.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
And I was just trying to
70.
Handle Trendon for you, but if Trendon would actually stay with him, then totally fine.
Yeah, he's still going to act on his turn, so and Trendon doesn't go until after the the Scorpion does. So yeah, get what you're saying though. I do appreciate it. So it is this Scorpion's turn, and boy, it doesn't look happy. So its tail whips forward and goes to, you think, sting you, Henris, but it actually instead there's like this little jolt of energy that comes off of its tail. This little like beige colored beam launches from it, and I'm gonna need you to go ahead and roll. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and roll me a. It's gonna be a save. I'll tell you what it is here in 1 second. A will save, please.
Ha. Specialize in those.
Okay, great. I think that's you're good. You're golden. You're golden. Okay, so this thing goes to touch you, and for just a moment, you feel really fucking stupid, and then it goes away. And then
for a moment there, I just thought the Earth was flat or something.
Yeah, and then seemingly pissed off, it actually whips its tail around to actually try to sting you this time.
No.
Right off that 20. All right. Hits you for 8 points of damage, and then I need you to make me a fortitude save.
Oh, goody! My second most powerful save.
That is a failure.
What?
So,
what?
yeah, DC 19 on this fella. So you are poisoned. So I will keep track of that. Doesn't do anything until your turn. That is its full turn. It is now going to be Trendon's turn. You guys are okay with that? I think Trendon will probably just do. He'll back up at the very least. I think probably move over here, and then probably chuck a telekinetic at it just to get something off at it before he follows ticket. That gets him out of the immediate danger. So, telekinetic projectile. He hears you talking about bludgeoning there, Henris, so he'll try doing bludgeoning damage, but we'll make the attack first. Womp. So close. And that is Trendon's turn. And Mr. Reed, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
So are we running away or are we fighting it?
I made the decision for us.
I guess we're running. So that's all I can see.
Yeah, I mean, I'll handle your movement here. Give me just a second. I was just grabbing a seltzer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to sway anybody's decision either way. I'm just saying that Ticket knows he's real fucked up, and he's not about to fight this thing right now.
I'm not equipped to fight this thing.
I mean,
I trust in the will of my God, but not in my machete. So.
Yeah, so you're gonna go 15, and then 5, or 10. That's another 15. Do you want to keep going?
Actually, no. I'd like to go back to.
Okay, so you just want to stay there, 15 back.
Yeah. I would like to demoralize. It's right at 30. Awesome.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Yeah, I probably last. Oh, yeah. Okay, and I'm going to raise my shield.
Alrighty. Good turn. Back to you, Henris.
All right. Henris is going to try to run.
Sure.
He's going to go. Let's see. What's my speed? Let me check my speed. How many? 25. So.
I'll let you move here in just a moment, as it does whip out at you with its tail as you go to run.
Fuck. Yes,
Opportunity attack, baby! Like the second monster I have ever run that has it. They just don't exist. All right, here we go. 12. Yep. It hits you with its thing. And I do need you to make me another fortitude save. As poison works that way. Okay, that's a success. So you don't move up a track. So that's good. So you remain on the same track that you're on. So go for it. What do you can now move though. It doesn't interrupt your move or anything.
Okay, I'm just gonna go right over. Nope. Cancel it.
Yeah, you're good.
Thank you. Over here.
Okay. So you go over there. That would be one action. You have 2 left.
I want to keep running.
Okay.
So 20.
I can 5, 10, 15, 20. That'd be 25, another 25. You want to keep going?
One more 25, sir.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Boom. All right. And now you're going to take your poison damage. And
Okay.
I will go ahead and have you make me. All right. So 5 poison damage as this poison courses through your veins. And then go ahead and give me one more fortitude save. This will determine if you go down a track or are cured.
Oh, come on. Big money. No whammies.
Oof, not a crit failure, so that's good. It's just a regular failure. So you do move down a track, and you are now also enfeebled as this poison is coursing through your veins, even
I didn't even
worse than
make
it
a
was.
friggin' antidote this morning either, so.
All right, enfeebled 1. So I believe it's basically just a -2 your fortitude saves. All right. Ticket, I assume. Are you just still trucking?
Oh, hell yeah. Not stopping.
All right. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35, 5. You essentially get into the tunnel where you guys come from. And you know, unless this thing has some fantastical abilities to compress its body, it's not going to be able to follow you in there. So, all right. It is this creature's turn again. It is going to move forward 5, 10, 15, 20. And it's going to try to, it's going to try to take a swing at Robert since Trendon's not here. So I would normally roll for that. It's going to try to sting you, Robert. Sorry, I'm still targeting you, Henris. And I miss on Robert with a natural 1. So that's good. And then let me untarget Henris here real quick. And click. Did that? Yep, that did it. And then it will try one more time with its stinger on you there, Robert. Oops, sorry, I didn't do that multiple attack 2. That might miss. Hold on. That's -5. Would a 23 still hit? You do have your shield raised.
23. That would hit. Just 23.
That would hit. Okay, got it. So it does hit you then. So 1 point of damage. Well, 1 on the die for 7 total. Go ahead and make me a fortitude save there, Robert. DC 19.
Oh well.
Yeah, you're golden. You're golden. You're good. No poison for you. That is this creature's turn. It is back to Trendon. I think Trendon saw that had an opportunity attack, so he is going to step and then go ahead and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5, 15, 20, 25. And he catches up with Henris. And it is back to you, Robert.
Okay. I am going to. Is it just 1 interaction to drink an extra life for me?
It is 2. You have to draw the potion and then drink it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to raise my shield, and I'm going to use sudden charge, which 2 moves. Yeah, I move. I think I have 30 of movement, so yeah, let's do that.
All right. Let me resolve its opportunity attack on you first here. Do you want to step and then just move once? Because then you can avoid its opportunity attack.
You know what? You're absolutely right. It's better to step and move. So let's just step.
Yep. So you can just step one, boom, and then you can take just one movement, just go 30 feet.
That's. I got my shield right.
Yep. You're golden. All right. So.
And I face the creature.
Yep. No problem. Yeah. Henris, you're up. Are you just moving?
I am. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm going to take a swig of an elixir of life.
Okay. So 2 actions. Boom, boom. Elixir of life. That gives you what, a +1 on saves against poison, or is it just disease? I never remember with that one.
Let me double check my inventory really quick. See what it says.
Elixir of life minor. Against saving throws against diseases and poisons for 10 minutes. That's great. So give you a +1.
Hell yeah,
so yeah,
that's
so it's
what I'm
essentially
talking about.
it's gonna negate the enfeebled condition more or less here.
Yes.
So yeah, go ahead and
I
roll
knew
the
those would come in
d6.
handy.
Yep, roll a d6 to see what you get healed. Great, I'll apply that for you. So 20, you're down to 19 wounds. Oop, not 119. And there we go.
No.
It's massive damage rolls. And now you have an action left. What would you like to do?
Run.
All right, so you move 25 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to roll I think at the second track, it's still just a d10 of damage. Let me double check, though. No, stage 2 is 2d10. Ooh, this could down you. Well, lucky for you, I didn't roll max. And so it's a lot of fucking damage, though. This poison racks your body. Go ahead and roll me a fortitude save, and don't forget to give yourself a +1 in the bottom modifier there.
Right. Okay. So fortitude plus. Damn it.
Yes.
You're golden.
Wow.
So you move up. You move up 2 tracks with a critical success, so you are cured of this poison. Luckily for you. So good to go.
Elixir of life.
Where are you getting? Because you can just get out. Are you just like getting out to the rope ticket, or are you climbing up the rope?
Oh no, he's getting out of the well.
Okay, give me a DC 5 climb check, so athletics check. Yeah, no problem at all. You kill it. All right. This creature's turn. It's going to try to move. 5, 10, 15, 20. It's like squeezing. So I'm counting this as difficult terrain for it. So it's going to take 2 actions to get here. So it's going to leave it with 1 action. And it's going to try again to sting Robert. And 14 on the die. That'll do it. For big damage. 10 points of damage. Go ahead and make me a fortitude save there, Robert.
That's perception. Sorry.
That's all right. I mean, we can just add your modifier to it. Regardless, you're good. So 22 is a success. You're fine. Yeah. 23 if we're going by the first rolls on the die. Doesn't really matter. Both are successes. So you are not poisoned. That is this creature's turn. It is Trendon's turn. Trendon's going to Scooby-Doo the fuck out of here. 5, 10, 15, 24, 20, 25, 25. So 5, 15, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Trending gets not quite to the cave entrance, but is close. Back to Henris. Henris, are you just getting the hell out of there?
I'm getting the frick out of here, man.
All right. So you're basically going to get 1 above Trendon there. And then it is going to be back to Robert.
Step.
Yep. You're good. I'll step for you. There you go. You step. 1 action.
So that's 30 seconds. Push. 30.
All right.
Reaction next.
Yep. You go. Tickets up outside the well right now. Or climbing the rope, whatever. 5, 10, 15, 20. One action. 5, 10, 15, 20. Two actions. 5, 10, 15, 20. But that's all its actions. Treating this tunnel as difficult terrain because it's having to squeeze through here. So it has 40 feet of movement, but it can only move 20. So yeah, they are quick. They are nasty creatures. They're basically just giant scorpions. I just added some spell effects too. And Trendon gets out, makes it to the cave tunnel. He's going to start making his way up the rope. Trendon is effectively out of the combat. I'm not going to have him roll since he's not here. Just, no point in it. Henris, I assume, same deal. You're just getting the hell out of there, starting to make your way up the rope.
I'm leaving. I am
all right,
feet.
Go for it. Roll me a athletics check to scale the rope. DC 5.
Yep. No problem.
You have light on you, right? Or yeah, your sword, so you're good. I was making sure they weren't leaving you in the dark.
Sorry, French boy. Get running.
Yeah, luckily that's still good enough. DC 5. And you wouldn't be enfeebled anymore either, so you're even one better than that. So let me get that off of you.
Henry, you
all right. Robert.
Okay.
Step. Same maneuver.
Yeah, step, and then second action.
Yeah, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can make it essentially into the tunnel where it can't follow. So you wouldn't be able to make it quite up to the rope at that point, but you have effectively left this thing behind. And as you're like getting in the tunnel, you hear it like scramble and start like scratching away. And if you're even like, you can see it a little bit, like your light from your sword is still just barely reflecting out. And you can see it's like glittering carapace just kind of like as it tries to scramble into this little crevasse that you guys came in through, but it cannot. You seem to have left it behind. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk back to the rope and climb it.
Yeah, and just for shits and gigs, roll me an athletics check. I don't think you can fail, but
it would have to be a 1. It would have to be a 1. Yeah,
a 1 would still only be a failure. So it's like you just slide down a little. But yeah, so you're good. You guys, help Trendon up if he needs it, and you guys are all able to get to the top. Two of you in decidedly bad shape. And
just vomits from the poison. Just
I can't imagine.
Good call, Ticket.
That was
good call. That was a fan. I thought we were gonna fight it, but that was a rough. That was too much.
We were not in good shape. We'll kick its ass later.
Oh
my god. That was unpleasant.
I can tell you that I was not equipped to fight that thing at the moment, so I wasn't going to fight it.
That thing shot a laser, a beam out of it.
Did shoot a beam at you?
I don't know what a laser is. Sorry, that's just the poison talking. I'm speaking nonsense.
I'm sorry that you went through all this trouble to create a creature gauge and then we just ran from it.
No, you guys, I figured you guys were going to run from it, to be totally honest. I was just curious if I was going to still get somebody with it because it has an opportunity attack, and most things don't. So
it was a fun chase scene. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, no, I was on edge.
I thought it was fun. I did. I was honestly, that's what I figured you guys were going to do, but I thought it could still be fun, and I'm glad it was because I liked it too. Just the imagery of this colossal crystalline scorpion just like banging down this cave, just like whipping out at you guys with its tail.
Yeah, no, it got a few hits in us too. That was terrifying. Yeah, no. Oh my god. We need to so we have so much. Oh man, this is going to be so much paperwork. Yeah, you there, guardsman.
Yeah, you still standing there.
So, long story short, there's more than chokers down there. There was more than one. That was a child that tried to strangle our poor Smith the other day. Earlier. Sorry. There was some toast. You took care of that.
He's like, are you okay? You look like shit.
Oh.
You guys are down there for like an hour.
I'm getting there. There is a big ass scorpion made out of crystals or something. Like something out of like the plane of Earth or whatever. It looks like it just hopped out of it. Very angry, probably hungry, stung everyone but Ticket over here. And Trindon, surprisingly. So just me and Robert. Anyway. Still dangerous. We'll be coming back to it tomorrow. Further investigation. The chokers are dead and taken care of.
So, okay.
Honestly, we probably could have just not mentioned Scorpion Pop. That's fine. We already put it out in the world, so
People deserve the truth. We need to be transparent with them, as transparent as that horrifying giant rock scorpion.
I've been minerals.
I've been on my ass. I get back up and I help anybody help. Let's report to Ramona and then get some rest. How's that sound?
That sounds like a plan. But first, I need to. Hold on. I need to, and I just go behind the house and just purge the rest of the toxin from my body.
That is one of my favorite things
way
in the game, that you could just
can.
retch to reduce your sickened condition.
Yeah.
I like that feature. But and you can. I mean, once you guys actually start heading back into town, Ramona is actually waiting at your guys' house with like another guardsman. She assumed you guys would probably be coming back tonight, or at least hoped. And she's currently like standing outside talking with another guardsman, somebody that you guys have actually probably seen around town. I mean, well, you have, as well as interacted with on the boat. He's a man by the name of Carver Hastings. He's got kind of like a beard, and he's an older gentleman. Looks like he's probably in his like 50s, and he's got kind of a big gray beard and kind of gray windswept hair. And he's wearing like plate armor, and but yeah, he came along with the colony as a guard. But any of you who have spoken with him, he's pretty. He seems fairly well educated for a guardsman.
Yeah. Evening,
Yeah.
Ramona.
Hello,
Mr. Hastings. So choker problem's been taken care of. Turns out we had a whole family down there, real nasty stuff.
My God, they did a number on you all.
Oh no, this
wasn't the chokers.
Well, she's looking at me like Ticket. I imagine Ticket's still got like fucking like suction rings around his like neck. There's like clumps of fur missing. Like,
I look like I survived the red light district.
Yeah.
About to get me judged by Pharasma pretty quick. As you see, he's still standing. He's fine. Everyone's fine. There was also a few slurks. Big toad slime thingies.
Oh.
Again, foul, but not a problem. What is a problem is that there is a giant ass crystalline scorpion that is very angry, possibly very hungry, that's still down there. We're going to take care of it later. It got me and Robert pretty bad. Don't worry, I purged most of the poison. I'm fine.
Carver kind of perks up. Go ahead, Robert. What were you going to say?
Yeah, I produced the crystal that I was going to.
Oh, we found these.
Found a cave full of these crystals. Our Aeon stones, I believe. Give it to her.
Yeah, they're like proto-Aeon stones, according to Trendon's research.
No, and Carver kind of perks up at both the mention of this crystalline scorpion and these, especially now even more so. Crystalline scorpions, you say? What color were they? Were they multicolored? How big?
It was shimmering with the colors of the rainbow. It was actually, if it wasn't stinging at us, it would be very pretty.
About the size of a horse.
They were. You only counted one?
That's the one.
Yeah, I'm like looking around like that.
Why is there supposed to be more?
If from your description, I believe you came across a creature called a Chrismal, and those are in fact denizens of the elemental plane of Earth that sometimes come through. They're fiercely. They collect crystals and gems of that nature, and normally they come in mated pairs, though. And if you only found one, I mean, that could maybe something happen to its mate if it was inhabiting this cave with these other creatures, or perhaps you only encountered one of them. They're fascinating creatures. They're normally fairly docile unless, of course, you take what they perceive as their property, which is what I'm going to guess happened there with these crystals you took from the cave. But you're saying, and he like kind of turns his attention to Trendon.
Fucking wonderful.
I mean, I threw one of them at it.
Yes.
It seemed more angry that I did that.
And he kind of turns to Trendon and says, I would love to talk with you more about this Aeon Stone information. I myself am an amateur Islanti scholar. I've heard you're probably much more learned than I am, but would you mind if I held on to one of these? Ramona, would that be okay? And he like looks between you guys and her.
I'm going to do
whatever you want. You can have all if you want. Without me. I mean, take it and give him his if nobody else wants to give it up.
I'm not.
Yeah, take it and give him his.
Sure, I'll give it back. I would just like to examine it.
I mean, if they attract scorpions, you could have it for as long as you want.
Oh, yes, quite. I'm sure I can see why you wouldn't want to take this back into its lair. All right, well, I'll speak with you more tomorrow, Ramona, about that subject. Pleasure. Good night to you all. Great job. You're all such a wonderful help to the town. Have a good evening. And he kind of like saunters off. And Ramona just, so these Chrismos, I think is Carver called them. Do you think there's something you'd be able to deal with? Do you think they pose a threat to the town? I mean, these gems, forgive my untrained eye, but they don't seem like they'd be particularly worth much. They look very much similar to quartz. I don't know if there's perhaps something we'd want to set up a mining operation. Did the cave seem to let out anywhere, or did you explore far enough to tell?
We didn't explore that far into it. We just took care of the initial problem at hand. It seems to be fine now. Chrismal itself can't get there. So the way it's laid out, and I'm like using hand gestures to kind of like elaborate.
Yeah, you can describe the cave layout.
I just described the layout to her of like how it sort of funnels in. It's like, unless that thing can like squeeze through tiny objects, which I highly doubt, given its body structure. There is no way in the nine hells it's going to be able to get out of that cavern and wreak havoc on the town. In fact, I don't think it would have any interest because we have nothing of interest for it.
Yes. Well, if what you're telling me, I mean, perhaps it's a problem. If a problem that needs to be dealt with, but maybe it's not an immediate threat and it's something we can leave by for now, at least until you all are feeling better. But I do thank you again.
Crisis, no.
Yeah, for solving this issue with this choker. I'm going to go check on Daib and his partner one more time before I turn in for the evening, and hopefully the rest of the night remains uneventful. Again, many thanks to you all. And she goes to leave unless there's anything else you want to talk to her about.
I got a quick question before you go.
Oh, yes, ticket.
What? Who? This is out of character. What was the woman's name that saved us with Trendon? When we were
that's Anya Sandstrider.
Okay. Is Anya still awake or is she asleep?
I think she may be asleep. She normally rises pretty early to go out hunting in the morning.
All right, sounds good. I'll talk to her later then. That's all I need.
Of course. Okay. And yeah, and you would actually know, Anya has actually got one of the houses not too far down from you guys. With her position in the colony, she's also kind of a VIP, as it was, being, kind of the best hunter that the colony currently has. So she also was afforded one of the not pre-built homes, but already built homes. So she's got a house a couple doors down from you guys if you want to go try to check on her in the morning. But again, she does go hunting. But yeah, Anya leaves you guys, or not Anya, but Ramona leaves you guys be, and you guys are free to, if you would like to rest.
Yes.
Are you gonna burn off the rest of your heals to try to get you guys healed back up there?
I was just about to say that.
Very much so. Yes.
That's 3 action healing.
Yeah, and I'll have Trendon use the wand as well. I think it's just a first level heal, so I believe it's just a D8 plus 8 for all of you guys. But I'll have him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pop all my heals.
Yeah, I just know you're pretty fucked up. So, let's see.
Do the houses in the colony have mailboxes?
No, nobody has installed mailboxes. I was watching the Lord of the Rings. I was watching the Lord of the Rings the last couple of days. I go doing my annual watch, and fucking at the end of fucking the Return of the King, it's Sam going back to his house with Rosie and shit. It's great. And I realized they had a mailbox, and I was like, "What the fuck do they have a mailbox for?" That shit just something I never noticed. I guess so. Yeah.
It's stated in the lore that one of the positions of office in the Shire is postmaster.
Is it really? Oh, that's great.
Yes.
Love it. Did not know that. That's fantastic. But yeah, so here's a D8 from Trendon. So you guys will get that plus 8. So everybody's gonna get 12 back from that. I'll apply that to you guys real quick. So 22 for you, 15 for you, 12 for you. And Trendon himself was not hurt. So if you want to go ahead and just pop off, I think you still have 3 you can, because you only used 1, right? All right. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, you can just, that's going to be a minimum of 24 points of healing. So you guys are all going to be back to full. That's not even counting what the actual D8 roll would be. So you guys will all get back to full, and I'll go ahead and apply an overnight rest for you guys. Overnight rest. Boom. So you guys, spell slots restored.
That removes also Ticket's wounded effects as well, I think.
It does, yeah, because he gets healed to full and rest for 10 minutes, and that's what it takes to remove the wounded. So I will get that off a Ticket.
There we go.
And yeah, the rest of the night does pass uneventfully. It's probably about 3:34 by the time you guys finally get back into bed and stuff like that. It takes Robert another 35 minutes to take his armor off. And
I just let it fall on the floor, and I just slump under the bed.
Yeah.
No, Henris has just face planted onto his bunk and is just snoring ever so loudly. He is dead to the world right now.
But yeah, so the rest of the night does pass uneventfully. Say it's going to be about noon then, and then the next day for you guys to get your full 8 hours of beauty sleep here. And yeah, you awake to the sounds of the colony bustling and moving as proper.
I opened the door, squinting at the sudden noon sun beaming down. Was it always this bright?
Yeah, it is a hot day too. It is. I got this new fantasy calendar that I've created, which gives me temperatures and stuff like that for the day. So it is Gozrin the 24th.
It's a hot day.
Goes around the 24th, 12 o'clock noon, and it is a hot 89 degrees, but with an 80% humidity for the day. So it feels much hotter than that. It is a wet day, and you can actually see out on the horizon, pretty far out to sea, because you guys are kind of your guys' front porch. Essentially, if you turn to your left, you can see the ocean. And there is a pretty ominous bank of storm clouds that have started gathering, and they're pretty dark, and they're pretty far out, so you can't really see, if they're lightning or anything like that. But it looks like they could get this way. Yeah, you can do a nature check.
Do a nature check to see how long it might be for the storm to roll in.
Yeah, you can do a nature or a survival.
Let's do a nature because that's my higher one. And hold on, let me remove the 2. There we go. That's better.
Yeah, good check. You think that it's probably going to be there by this evening if the storm doesn't blow off course, which it could. This part of the area, the weather isn't unpredictable, but it is still, it's not an exact science even in this day and age. So it could miss you guys entirely, or you guys could be swimming by tonight. You don't think it's going to destroy the colony or anything, but it looks like there's a storm coming.
Yeah, it definitely will fill up the well a bit.
Yeah, I want to see here. Check something. Give me just one moment. Yeah, okay. All right, cool. I'm just rolling on a table just for my own sake. All right, yeah. So yeah, you think by this evening, if the storm's going to hit, it would hit by then. But what are you all what are y'all doing? What is your like? And this isn't a normal morning, but like, what do you think the morning routine is for this? What do you think like an average day looks like? We kind of went into when you guys were doing specifics, but let's say you didn't have anything specific to do.
Henris is going to do his daily affirmations to his gods, his new little pantheon, which he is now calling the colonial guardians.
Love it.
If he's going to be having a new god into this thing, he's going to might as well make it into a pantheon of sorts. Since that's an option now in second edition, which is really cool. I like that.
That's cool.
So he's going to do his daily affirmations to the colonial guardians and meditate on their teachings and their blessings. And then he makes himself a simple breakfast of whatever like have on the like probably just like a simple like oatmeal breakfast, out of like the rations he has, maybe with a few local herbs to flavor it, like a sprig of mint.
Everybody's favorite mint oatmeal.
Look, he's doing what he can right now until he gets like some actual. Not like they have cinnamon on the island that he knows of.
What about Ticket? What did Ticket want to do though? You're asking about Anya.
Yeah, Ticket is going to go look for Anya. He's definitely not getting up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. I assume you're getting your 8 hours in, so it's you're all around the same time, So you think she's probably going to be back by now? Actually, that probably kind of works out for you in that way. But yeah, and actually, if you head over in her direction, like she's, who the hell is that? Sorry, one of my cats is going bonkers. But I'll just give you guys the colony map. You guys are the crab, and Anya's house is actually over here. She's got one of the ones closest to the edge of the forest line, and
makes sense.
If you head over there, Ticket, you can see she's actually currently she's got like a truss set up, like an A-frame, and she actually has a deer on it that's hanging upside down that she's partially skinned and is currently gutting.
Looks like you got your hands full. I'd offer to help, but that thing's 4 times the size of me.
Yes, they grow very large here on the island. How are you, Ticket?
I'm doing much better today than I was yesterday. I can tell you that much.
I heard a little about what was going on down in the well. Strange creatures abound on this island.
Oh yeah, apparently the rest of them had met those things before, but they didn't really tell me much about them. So all I knew was I was looking for some naked little gray people, and yeah, they strangle you a lot.
She laughs. That sounds. I'm glad I don't have your job. I'll stick to this. And she's currently fucking elbow deep in this deer's gut. She's ripping shit out.
Yeah.
What a woman.
Looks like really fulfilling work. So I'm not very good at doing stuff like this, but here. And I'm going to give Anya the mirror.
Oh. She kind of her hands, on the ground, get the most of the gunk off. She pulls a rag she has to the side and kind of wipes her hands, got the basin of water nearby, washes them off. And this is very nice. Thank you, Ticket. Where did you come across this?
Well, found it down in the caverns, but I don't have a whole lot of use for it, and since you saved us, figured this is the least I could really do, honestly. So I just wanted to show it as a token of gratitude for saving my life.
Well, I can use it when I'm styling my hair in the mornings, and this is what she looks like as a reminder.
Yeah.
Gift of the
She says this, a joke. Yeah, exactly. I sold my hair to get you this pocket watch ticket. But
pocket watch to give you this phones.
But she is genuinely. Thank you. It was a very kind gesture. I'm glad I could help you and your friends, and I'm glad you all are here. I'm glad they were able to find you. It's such How long were you here by yourself? I heard a little bit about it, but to survive here on your own, you must have some sort of innate survival ability. This island is clearly hostile, to say the least.
Honestly, I don't remember how long I've been here. I guess it's been over a year, maybe. I'm not really sure.
Oh my god.
But time kind of runs together for me, especially when you got really no source of figuring out what's what. But I don't know. Like during my upbringing, I had to do what I had to do to survive. So it's no different here. It's a little different. I was in a city. This ain't a city. It's a little different, but it's kind of not different. And I'm just gonna stop talking. Okay, I think I'm better now.
No, I just and she just again, it's the thank you very much. I do truly appreciate this, and she kind of just it's good, and she yeah, if you ever want to go on a hunt or anything like that nature, please let me know. I'd be happy to show you a few things.
Well, I guess if we're hunting rabbits, sure, but anything bigger than that, I don't know how much help I'd be.
No, well, I don't wrestle them to the ground with my hands. I mostly use a bow, but point taken.
Could have fooled me, but
yeah, she's pretty. She's a pretty large woman too. She's like 5'11", like probably like 180 pounds, of like very muscled. But yeah, just thank you. I do. I have to finish this up. I have two more I need to get done before the meat starts to turn, and so we can get them salted and stored in the storehouse. But thank you, Ticket.
No.
And she
Go ahead.
sets it to the side.
Go ahead and do your thing. I gotta go make sure that the rest of the crew ain't gonna do something stupid, because apparently I'm the only compass of morality around here.
Well, best of luck. And she
Right.
kind of goes back and immediately right back up into the guts.
And he's gonna wander back over to where the bunkhouse is.
Yeah. And what about Robert? What do you think Robert did? Does Robert like keep up on like training exercises? Like, is he like, because like there's the longhouses where the guardsmen stay, along with some of the other colonists who don't have homes built yet, and they like definitely do like some like yard sparring and stuff like that. Do you think he like takes part of that?
Definitely, but not today. I kind of read my mind. Yeah, Robert woke up and he did 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups. He got himself a very light breakfast, and then he went out back, put some shutters around, and he took a bath, and he used some soap and scrubbed himself up. And yeah, and then so the last thing I guess was he looked over his gear, put it all up and repaired his shield.
Nice. Okay. Nice. Yeah, and so yeah, again, not in a combat situation. I'm not really going to worry about you rolling to repair the shield. You can just get it eventually. You don't really have a time press here. But okay, but yeah, so you guys kind of all have somewhat of your mornings, and I imagine Trindon's probably just kind of doing what he's been doing, just kind of pouring more over this information, maybe trying to look more into these Aeon stones, now that you guys have found this possible source of their, raw material that can be used to create them. But it is something that he would even know too, is well beyond any of your current capabilities and requires specialized equipment and tools that you'd have to send for the mainland. Because this isn't like a lost art. Like Aeon stones exist, like they're out there. And they're primarily in the Galarian fiction, at least in the second edition. It goes a lot along with the Pathfinder Society. They actually have special items and things of that nature that
Compass.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, wayfinders that unlock additional abilities with them and stuff like that. But hi, Carly. Yeah, I know. Fucking getting yelled at over here. Hi. Oh, you bringing me a toy? Hi. She finds the biggest toy in the house, and it's a loofah. She brought me a loofah. Okay, thank you. Good kill. Good job. But yeah, you guys. So what are your guys' plans here? You know that there's these cave scorpions, these Chrismals that you've been told. With that knowledge, I'll let you guys know you could try to do some knowledge checks on that if you wanted to. It's going to be Arcana. You could also try to maybe talk to a few of the people in town, see if perhaps they know anything about it. You do have, there's not a whole lot of that type of magic users in town. In fact, Trindon is probably the most accomplished wizard in town. There's like one other person who's like a level 1 wizard, but you don't really have, there's not a whole lot of people of that nature. This expedition didn't really attract many of them. Trindon kind of being the outlier here with his background in ancient Aslanti information. But there are, Carver Hastings seemed to know what they were. So that might be something you want to follow up with him on, see if he can give you information as far, or you guys can always just try to roll checks. Even if you're not trained in Arcana, you can still make this check. You just have to roll really high to learn anything, beyond surface level information.
How about,
or do you guys plan to just leave that be? Or yeah, go ahead, please.
How about Trindon does an Arcana check?
Yeah, I was going to have him do one. I just wanted to know if you guys were going to try to follow up on it. I didn't know if that was your guys' number 1 priority here. Pretty good. Yeah, you would probably know Ticket just based. Well, let me roll for Trindon here real quick just to get that out of the way. But Ticket, I would say you would probably. I don't know where the hell you would have heard of these things at or anything, but just that they are basically what Carver was telling you is true. They are creatures from the elemental plane of Earth. They sometimes slip through. They have an obsession with gems, and they view any gems they come into contact with as their property. It's not really known what they do with them. It doesn't seem like they consume them or add them to their bodies or anything like that. They just seem to have a strong affinity for gems. And that they also aren't unintelligent. Like they aren't like mindless beasts. They are creatures that can sometimes be spoken to if you know their language. But I'm going to roll a check here for Trindon. Yeah, nope. Alrighty. So Trindon unfortunately doesn't know anything about them. But yeah. So what do you guys want to do for this day? It's probably, I'm going to guess, around 1:30-ish by the time you guys all kind of finish your morning routines, whatever those may involve. The bath for Robert, Ticket talking to Anya, Henris doing his little deity devotions. Trindon's trying to study in his books, look up some information about chrismals and aeon stones, but unfortunately not finding much. Yeah. But what is your guys' plan for the day? You can also just do what you will for the day too. You guys are citizens of this colony and are basically the troubleshooters for the colony and are kind of free to do what you will during the meantime when you aren't needed or directly needed.
So Henris is going to go and check on his garden and tend to that. And then afterwards, he's going to go to the local alchemist's house and talk about the Thunderstone he found, and maybe if she has anything similar in terms of formulae,
sure,
he can look at.
Okay, that's Alba Divinvar, the dwarven woman, the only dwarf in the colony. Anything the rest of Ticket's day looks like?
Ticket is case the area and see if you can find more tracks or trails of those crab, lobster, acid things.
Oh, sure, the ancrabs, out in the pitted field. Yeah, you're good. The arachnids from Starship Troopers. And okay, also just watched that again the other day. Fucking rips. But and then what about Robert? What do you think he's up to for the bulk of this day?
He's definitely going to follow up on what's his face?
Carver.
Carver, yeah, bad short-term memory. Yeah, he's going to follow up on Carver. And then go to Ramona and basically try and form up a plan, because these things are very tough, and only 2. So.
Yeah, and this is I forgot, I got a picture for Carver. That's what Carver looks like. Handsome fella, played by George Clooney. And yeah. Okay, so yeah, we'll go ahead and just round it out here. We'll go, Henris, you go and speak with Alba Divinvar. She tells you, very clearly, your garden's doing good. Your garden's doing good. It's only been a few days, so you're just now getting a couple sprouts. Nothing too crazy, but those types of herbs grow fairly quickly.
It's progress.
It is, and it seems to be doing well. This soil is very fertile. That is one thing that was noted. That was part of why this site was actually chosen for the colony, is that the initial scouting teams found that this site had incredibly, fertile soil. So, and it's given as well as all the crops and stuff like that are growing well and continue to grow well, even, during the interim between when the original wave disappeared and you guys showed up. So that was very fortunate for the colony that they aren't hurting for food by any means. You guys are actually eating pretty well. That is something I wanted to mention as well. Like, there's not like, like really communal, like there is sometimes, like I think probably, there'll be some like communal kind of meals set up in like the main square where they'll have, kind of just like what the hell's that shit called? It's like like the eternal stew or whatever. They just got like a pot bubbling constantly of, like a pot of brown or whatever. Like it's just kind of everybody just throws some shit in. They got something like that going for, a lot of the workers and stuff to just take their midday meals at. But there's plenty of game on the island. Anya is a very competent huntsman. And there's just, there's lots of veggies, lots of fresh things, everything seems to grow here pretty well. It's, there's some, you guys are right near the ocean. So there's some naturally, there's some kind of salt that could be, boiled out of the water there, or, the water boiled out of the salt, whatever it is. But yeah, I mean, you guys are doing well as far as food supplies go. But yeah, you go talk to Alba Divenbar, and actually, let me get back to you on that one because I'm gonna look into that real quick while I'm checking out with Ticket. You said you were checking out the fields with the tracks where the ant crabs were.
Doing like a security check.
Yeah, it doesn't look you don't see any newly disturbed earth or anything. It doesn't appear that they have returned. Like it seems like for the time being, at least, you have driven these creatures away. You don't see any sorts of new earth. The earth itself is starting to dry up a little. The fresh piles that were around. In fact, there's a couple other like workers out there that are starting to like fill in these holes, and they're starting to like kind of turn it into a plot for farming. They're kind of slow going because there are no animals here. That is something to be noted too. There are no beasts of burden. There are no horses. There are no mules. There's nothing like that. That's something that'll be brought along in the future if it is. It's just it wasn't something they had the space to bring for the moment. So yeah. But they are starting to till this into a field for a new planting, but does seem to be safe for the time being. And let's see here. Yeah, and then okay, so looking at it, I just found if you have an item, you can try to reverse it. Yeah, of course, there's an actual rule for it. Love Pathfinder. You can try to reverse engineer its formula. This uses a craft activity and takes the same amount of time as creating the item from the formula would. You must first disassemble the item. After the base downtime, you can attempt a crafting check against the same DC it would take to craft the item. If you succeed, you craft the formula at its full price, and you can keep working to reduce the price as normal per normal crafting rules. If you fail, you're left with the raw materials and no formula. If you critically fail, you also waste 10% of the raw materials. So yeah, if that's something you would like to attempt, I believe it's a moderate, so I believe it's a level 3 item. With that being said, let me just real quick, before you decide if you want to disassemble this Thunderstone that does sonic damage, if you follow up with Carver, there, Mr. Reed, Robert, he's on duty currently. He's like on a patrol of the walls, but he's happy to speak with you. Oh, Robert, how do you do? Pleasure to see you again.
Good, Carver. I give a nice firm handshake.
Yeah.
We're thinking about dealing with these scorpions tonight, maybe tomorrow.
Christmas.
Thank you. And well, I need as much advice as possible. One of them nearly cost me my life, and I say that there's possibly two.
Yes.
Not only do we need information, but I think we need backup.
Yes, based on my readings, what I know of them, they normally come in mated pairs, and they can be quite the rough customers. They have some innate magical abilities. I don't know if they used any of those on you all, but they can reduce a person's senses into a sort of stupefied state, you would say, as well as they have the ability to kind of shield themselves from harm from somebody if it seems like they're going to need to retreat from a battle, as well as they have I know they have a poisonous barb that they can use to stick people with, and they're quite dexterous and quick on their feet. From all I know, they can be very dangerous adversaries. I will say it's something that may need to be dealt with if it is that we want to, go into these caves at any point in time and encroach in their territory. But as I was telling you all last night, I do believe they are relatively kind of, live and let live. If we just left them be in their territory, as well as didn't interfere with their mining operations, it might even be that they would move on their own. They aren't natives of this realm and tend to leave. But
I'm 100% fine with leaving that thing alone.
But this is, of course, up to you. I understand Ramona may also want it dealt with. I don't I don't claim to speak with her mind, but from what I know of them, like a lot of other sort of creatures of their makeup, they can be vulnerable to sonic damage. But other than that, they're pretty tough and pretty mean if you do get into combat, which it sounds like you know already from experience.
I lift up my shirt and show the scar that's very
Yeah,
close to
yeah.
healing. The stinger.
Yeah, magical healing still, but I still imagine there's like redness. It's still got like almost like the vein, almost the redness of like a tinge of infection. But it's like kind of went away because you never got too badly hurt by the poison. Yes, they are nasty. Yeah, if that's something I could perhaps, saying back up again, I could perhaps talk to Ramona and see if that's something she might let me dispatch on. I do think she thinks of the mindset a lot of the times of not too many eggs in one basket, though. Do you get what I mean? We can't send every single one of us against this creature, because what if it was to best all of us somehow and the colony is left defenseless? But I wouldn't oppose it. I would like to perhaps get out and see more of the island, as it were. I know we've only been here for 10 days or so, but I'm aching to see more of it. This place,
likewise,
there's an energy to it. I can feel it. There's more here than we'll ever know, I think, but we're never going to know it if we're stuck hemmed into these three walls.
Coming to a new land, we want to explore. I share the same feeling.
Yes,
we gotta deal with the problems as they are now. So we can.
I actually, and I agree. I do agree. I like you over here. Will you come with me a moment? And he kind of just steps over to the side. He goes into the longhouse where he's been staying. He's in one of the barracks, and he comes back out a few moments later, and he's holding a small little leather-bound journal. And it looks like it's his. It's got his name embossed into the front of it in the leather, and it looks very worn, very old, like it's been rebound with new pages any number of times. This is a logbook I've kept for a very long time, and I will say I came here, as looking for a new life, new adventure, things of that nature. But I did some research before I left. I consider myself an amateur historian and scholar, and I think, and he kind of pulls out a page from it, like a loose page, kind of unfolds it. It says here. And he shows you like a rough map. It's a very rough map, and it's like it looks like it's hand drawn. You would assume he probably drew it. And we're here, and there's like a picture of the cape that you guys are kind of in on the island, and here's where we are. Actually, let me pull up the map for you real quick. Here's the island change. Yeah, on the island chain. So he says we're here. We're here at Talmendor's Bounty, and I think from some texts that I found, some old texts in one of the libraries in Almas, around here, if we were to follow the river about 5 miles inland, I think there in fact may be an old Aslanti temple or school or something of that nature. This island's not completely unexplored. People have come here a few times in the past. Most of them never returned, but the few who have reported some information on sites they came across. And one such account I found from some 800 years ago detailed this site in some sort of magical projection that was still, some sort of illusion that was still being, emanated from a dais there all this time ago, something that was from the ancient Aslanti people. And I've broached the subject with Ramona. She's willing to let me go. She doesn't want me to go on my own. And I'm thinking perhaps maybe I could talk to her, and me and your three friends, we could be an escort for me, and we could travel out there and see if we could find that. Of course, once we're, there's no goings on in town or anything like that nature. But I mean, I think that could be one of the first steps in unlocking the true nature of this island.
This is a gift. Thank you. I know a wizard who would love to see this. So
yes, I've heard Trendon is very interested in this. So I'd love to discuss it with him further. You can tell him to come see me anytime he wants. I'm sure his knowledge may even eclipse my own, but this is just something I would love to discuss further, and perhaps sometime in the coming days we can go investigate this.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to go see Ramona, and I'm going to talk about if she wants to deal with these scorpions, or maybe even this. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Well, pleasure speaking with you, Robert. And he kind of claps you on the back, and he hikes up his spear and kind of starts walking outside the walls again. They normally have two guys just kind of on a constant overwatch patrol, at least until they get some guard towers built. And yeah, so does that change your decision at all there, Henris? If you want to do anything with the Thunderstone, considering it does 2d4 sonic damage.
I'm going to just leave it untouched now.
Okay. Yeah, and it is something, and I did just want to say, Alba sells formulas up to level 2 currently. That may be something that changes in the future. So she wouldn't sell a formula directly for this, but any formulas up to level 2 you can purchase from her. It's 5 silver for a 0 level formula, 1 gold for a first level, and 2 gold for a second level.
And there is a lesser Thunderstone.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, this is just the moderate one, is all this is. So yeah, if you wanted to purchase a recipe for a lesser one from her, you could. You also just know that, so that would, I think a lesser one is just a level 1, but let me double check. Thunderstone. Yep, lesser item level 1. Yeah, so you can purchase a lesser Thunderstone. It is it's a D4 sonic damage and 1 sonic splash damage. And it costs 3 gold to craft, though, once you have the formula for it. But I know you get some of your, whatever you get, your set amount, what, 4, I think, a day? Is that what you get with the dedication? You can choose 4
free
like
ones.
Yeah, so if you ever want to craft one of those, you can, starting tomorrow. But yeah. Yeah, so I assume, do you link up with everybody else first, Robert, or do you head straight to Ramona?
Yeah. How about I go home and I call for a meeting. Let's talk to Ramona if she wants to deal with the Scorpion, or if I have this also to talk about at her. How about that, fellas?
That sounds like a plan.
Ticket, how do you feel?
I'm sorry. I was very distracted by things going on in real life. Can you?
Gonna go talk to Ramona. We're gonna go talk to Ramona about either dealing with the Scorpions or going exploring.
Yeah. Let's. Sure. Yeah. Let's go touch base. Ramona, see what she wants to do. That's fine.
Let's go talk to Ramona.
Right.
Alrighty. So you head out and you find Ramona. She's currently consulting with a couple of the farmers from within the settlement, actually about the field, just where you had been, Ticket, at the pitted field where you guys had fought the ant crabs. She's currently out there with a couple of the farmers. You recognize one of them. Fade Weir Trundlebrook is a dude who was on the boat who was all scared as shit of the island itself. You guys helped assuage his concerns, and she sees you all approaching and says, "Oh, hello, good morning or afternoon, whatever it is. What can I do for you?" Thank you again, Fade Weir. And he's, "Yeah, man," and he steps off.
Hey, Ramona. Well, we wanted to touch base because we want to kind of start planning ahead. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting names.
Crismal.
These Crismals are, according to Mr. Hastings, they're very territorial, but not overtly aggressive. So, unless we want to go mining down there, we don't have to deal with them immediately. And he's found a temple out worth exploring. But at the same time, they might, who knows if they become. Really, this is your decision.
Yes. Carver's told me about these ruins that he thinks he knows are out there, and I don't not trust Carver and think he's going to get head with soldiers. I've just been wanting to make sure that the colony is up and running before we start making any exploratory expeditions, if you know what I mean. But I do think that perhaps some good news could be welcome among the colony. It seems to be that you've handled the choker threat, which seemed to be the immediate threat. These Crismals, if they are in fact kind of left on their own, will leave us alone. I don't see why we wouldn't believe that. They weren't the ones who climbed out of the well and assaulted us. It was the chokers. Yeah, I think this would be amenable to me. I would like to begin exploring this island. The sooner we start finding things, to export and material and things of that nature, the sooner the colony can start turning a profit, and the sooner we all start getting paid from said profits. Because that is, just to remind you guys, you were all this, maybe not ticket yet, and that could be something to negotiate with Ramona at a certain point in time, are entitled to a percentage of the profits once the island does become profitable. The colony does.
Oh,
And
yeah, shareholders.
Yep, you are all shareholders in this venture. But yes, I think that's fine. I could organize that. I'll talk with Carver. I mean, of course, from what he's saying, it's only about 5 miles inland. Me and him talked a bit at length about that last night. But it is unfamiliar terrain. It is the jungle. You never know what you may come across. So, I do think it probably would be best to head out first thing in the morning, so you can turn that same day. So you aren't having to, rough it out in the woods, in the jungle.
Remind me, Ramona, our fellow archaeologist, what was her name again?
There's Peril Bays. There was Peril Bays, and then there's Lyra Heatherly. They're both our cartographers, is what they are.
I believe it was Peril.
Yeah, Peril. Yeah, Peril's the one you talked with before. Yeah, that's Peril Bays.
Do you think we could borrow Peril to come with us? Survey.
Yes, I think that's actually a wonderful idea. She could, between you and me, she could use a little bit more experience out in the field, as it were. Most of her knowledge comes from the classroom, and she's still having a bit of a hard time adjusting. But I think some time amongst seasoned travelers and adventurers such as yourself, seasoned in the last 10 days. Yes, I think that would be good. She could also start to, again, map the interior of the island. We know very, very little about it, besides the rivers and kind of their rough course. Things are observable from the few familiars that were with the original scouting party that scouted ahead a bit. So yes, I think that'd be fine. I'll speak with Peril, and I'll speak with Carver, and let's say you all head out first thing in the morning. You can all meet up at the government building, let's say 6 a.m.
Sounds like a good plan.
If I'm not there, just come wake me up.
Well, y'all live together, I assume. Anyways, I'll leave that to you.
I'll wake him up.
You do have the alarm spell. But she's okay. Well, I have a few more clerical duties I must attend to. I did also want to mention Father Nerpico, Father Curvis. They, I believe, sometime in the next few days, we're going to try to lay the spirit that's still occupying the church to rest. That could be something they could use a hand with at some point, Henris. But I think that's something that can wait a little longer. Yeah, it can. That's as far as I know, they were waiting a few. They wanted to try to prepare a few different spells, try a few different things beforehand. Mostly try to see if they could figure out. They've been communicating with him mostly fruitlessly. They go in and try to talk to him and run out when he starts throwing shit at them. But so far they haven't had much luck. But I believe they're trying to figure out what's causing him to remain, so that way we can lay his poor spirit to rest, and hopefully maybe even get some answers about what happened here, since he's the only even body that we've come across. And her voice gets kind of low when she says body, it's not trying to worry anybody, because that is still the dark shadow that's still hanging over the town right now. Like, beyond the disappearances, that there is still a corpse. There is a corpse rotting away in this church as we speak, because there's a pissed off poltergeist in there that won't let anybody in to fuck with it or to even retrieve it.
Church services have to be done under like a big old canopy tent.
Yeah, it's Southern Revival Church. They got snakes and shit. It's real bad. It's just getting real south. But again,
talking about hellfire brimstone. Word.
Yeah, they just keep touching people and they fall over. I don't know. It's weird. No. But again, not exactly. It's pressing, but unfortunately not something that we have too many means to deal with for the time being. Because these guys are level 3 acolytes, so they're actually the same level as you, Henris. And just a peek behind the curtain, this is a level 5 poltergeist. So this thing is it's a straight up poltergeist. It is a tough creature. So it's something that they've just been kind of experimenting with, and I'll let you know when they have some stuff figured out. But yeah, they're happy to set up this expedition for you guys first thing in the morning. Is there anything you guys want to do around town before then, or do you guys just want to kind of fast track it to then?
Yeah, I'd like to make some money with warfare.
Yeah.
Warfare. I go and I train the boys. Okay,
yeah, they'd be happy to. Yeah, they'd be happy to give you a stipend for like helping people out. You probably have the most formal training of any of the guards. They're all kind of just more like seasoned guardsmen of the city. They aren't exactly. This isn't guarding a colony on an island full of hostile creatures. Isn't their natural state of being. So yeah, you can. We're doing a real quick earn income. Go ahead and roll me a lore warfare. Let's see what you get. What level do you want to do this at?
Ooh, okay. Well, I got a 19. I'm gonna do it like at 1.
Sure. Let's take a look. Income table. Level 1. That is a success, not a crit success, just a regular success. And you're only trained, right?
Yes, correct.
So that is going to be a regular success. That is 2 silver pieces. You earn 2 silver pieces.
Big money.
Big money, yeah. Fortunately, not a lot of money. That's why I couldn't see. I was like, why can't I see your roll? Because my cat stepped on my keyboard and did like a screen skip. That's impressive. They gotta hit 3 buttons to do that. All right. Yeah. So okay. So yeah, you do that. What about Henris? So does Henris want to try to do? And do you want to try to do an earning income with your craft alchemy again?
Shot.
Sure. Go for it. And what level are you doing this at? 1, 2, or 3?
Going for 3. Big money.
All right. DC 18.
Okay. I just roll my crafting skill.
Yep, just your crafting skill.
Okay. Yes.
Great. That's a regular success as well. DC 18.
Yes.
And you are trained, so that is 5 silver pieces for you.
Sweet.
At level 3. And what about Ticket? Does Ticket want to do anything for the rest of the day? Earn income, or perhaps gather information, or?
Yeah, he's doing his usual thing where he's making the rounds with the people and he's greasing palms and getting to know everybody and basically like making a name for himself there, or at least starting to build somewhat of a reputation so that he can kind of start earning favors.
Okay. For that, I would say diplomacy.
Okay.
Okay, so pretty good. Regular success. We'll say, you're doing it. You're doing exactly that. You're starting to become very well known. This is, only a couple times doing this in the last few days, but you guys all already have a reputation for what you've done for the colony, including last night, like particularly like maybe even Daib and Tyrell, the two gentlemen who you spoke with, who were attacked by the choker of the night, come up to you at some point, Ticket, and they thank you, and they give you Dave gives you like a loaf of bread that he baked as like a thanks for what you did, and tells you to give the rest of the crew your thanks as well, or his thanks. But yeah, you're starting to get to know a lot of the colony people, the farmers, stuff like that. I imagine it's kind of like it's like a fucking Cheers norm. You're just like, take it, and people are just happy to see you. Yeah, and just starting to starting to be a presence in the community. I like that. Is there anything in particular you wanted to do with that? Any particular types of folk you were trying to kind of more garner more favor with than not, or?
Yes, actually. He is trying to kind of hobnob with people that are close to the people that are running the show. Not the people running the show, but the people that know the people running the show.
Yeah, so not Ramona necessarily, but some of the other people. So yeah, one of them would be the woman from the boat. I'm blanking on her name right now, but she was the guardswoman who was like spurned by Ramona when she like came onto her.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's because she is the de facto captain of the guard here. She'd be a good person to get in with. Another person would be he was actually another one of the ones that you guys talked about, the hardcore Carolby, the like rich snooty guy, because his family is incredibly wealthy and they actually have a large stake in the Bountiful Venture Company, the private company that is jointly funding the colony with the Andoran government. So he'd be another good person to rub elbows with. And he's an asshole. He sucks to be around, but I'm sure Tick gets used to that and it's probably just fine at schmoozing.
Two of those
yeah.
people are my target then.
Okay, yeah. So hardcore, and I'll find her name. I'm blanking on it right now, but yeah, that's gonna bother me.
He's basically just trying to figure out, like, one with the really rich guy, how much of a stake he's putting into this, what kind of stuff he's getting from outside sources, essentially, where that stuff's coming from. More about his family line, and then the guardswoman that spurned Ramona.
Yeah, it's Antona Sedgwick.
Antona, okay. He's trying to figure more about like how many men strong they have, what the reinforcements are going to look like, what the patrols look like, things like that.
Yeah. I can give you some of that basic information now. So as far as the guardsmen, there's six. There's six and then Antona. So there's a total of 7 guardsmen for the colony. With that being said, with the kind of assaults that the town has suffered so far, she is currently petitioning Ramona to let her set up a volunteer militia. Antona doesn't want it to be volunteer, but she thinks that's the only way she's going to sell it to Ramona. Antona essentially wants to conscript anybody of fighting age to start having to train in this in case something happens. But she knows that's probably not going to work on Ramona, so she's willing to at least try a volunteer one now. And if she doesn't get enough volunteers, she may try to push it further. But as of now, I mean, guard situation, it's 2-man patrols. They do 8-hour patrols, 24 hours a day. So it's somebody's it's first, second, and third shift, and they basically kind of mix it up right now where there'll be and they have the guys all kind of vary on who's going out when. But yeah, that's kind of it. And they're expecting in the next wave of colonists, which should be in about 2 months, is when the expected next wave of colonists is. They're expecting about 80 more folks, with another 6 of those being guards was the original plan. But Antona did send a petition with Ramona's approval to double that number so get actually 12 guards in this next wave of colonists. 12 soldiers is what she actually requested, not even guardsmen, but actual soldiers, because of the threats the colony has faced so far. And hardcore he's just a rich dick. Like, he's just like, his family is old money. They're actually of like ancient Cheliax nobility that doesn't exist anymore since Andoran's like rebellion from Cheliax. They used to be kind of a vassal state of theirs and gained their independence and don't really recognize nobility anymore in that way because it is a democratic nation now. And they're still rich, so they still wield a lot of power. And he's actually expecting in the next wave, a cousin of his, the Goldfins is their last name. They're direct cousins of his, are coming along with they're horse barons. And they should be come along with a breeding stock of horses. And that's kind of what he talks about a lot, that here in the next couple months, they're going to come and set up a larger estate. And he's been trying to petition Ramona to get that, and try to get that, get an estate built before they arrive, is what he's trying to petition Ramona for currently. And Ramona just keeps kind of telling him, no, we don't have the resources for that. We need to finish the palisade around the walls. And we need to finish getting domicile set up for anybody who doesn't currently have one. So he's kind of pissed off about that. But that's what you're able to garner from the two of them.
Okay, well, I'm putting less focus on the rich guy and more focus on Antona. And I'm going to tell you what my end goal is there. He's going to kind of be pitching himself as like, not like outright, but just kind of like putting in hints here and there of being like a spy master, like off the record.
Sure.
To try to find out like if there's any dissent among the ranks, or if there's any like people that are trying to like formulate, I don't know, a cult, mutinies, whatever.
Yeah.
Basically, he's just trying to get on their good side by forming himself as somebody that is capable of that.
Okay. Okay.
So that's kind of what his end goal is with her.
Okay. I like that. All right. So you're just kind of laying the seeds for that right now. Okay. Let me write that down real quick. Okay, wonderful. All right, love it. Very fun. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you guys, the rest of the day passes with Henris. You're crafting various tonics and tinctures and potions and things like that for the good folk in town. And maybe you're even working with Alba Divinvar, the alchemist. You know, because she's, you know, maybe she's kind of maybe apprenticing you a little bit. You know, she's a very experienced alchemist. You know, and you are an herbalist, you know, in your background and stuff like that. But she's been around for, she's a dwarf. She's been around for a while, a couple hundred years at minimum. So she's probably got some tricks she can impart on you, as well as, you know, you're kind of doing this, and you're actually probably rubbing elbows somewhat with Antona as well, Robert, being the fact that you're, you know, helping helping do, you know, training exercises and drills and things like that in the yard. And she is equal. She's just a very surly woman. She's not particularly like cruel or anything. Like after her bullshit on the ship, she's just, you know, she's just somebody who's always in a bad mood. And the men don't particularly care for her, but she is respected because she did participate in the rebellion. She's a good like 65 years old. She like participated in the rebellion some 50 years ago. She was a young woman when she did that and gained some acclaim for her prowess on the battlefield even back then. So she has the respect of the people around her, if not the love. But yeah, but I mean, the day passes uneventfully as far as that goes. There's no choker invasions in the night. The Chrismals don't come fucking rappelling through your guys' windows to get their crystals.
Where's my crystal?
But
There's the precious.
yeah, exactly. Pro tip: don't think the 4K editions of those are great. You can see a little bit too much. The detail's a little too good where things start to fall apart a little. I would say stick with the Blu-rays, as I did. But yeah, there were some rough shots. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, you guys head out though the next morning, I assume. You're able to what do you craft for the day, Henris, as far as your four freebies for your daily for your alchemical crafting?
So I'm going to make I'm going to just make a couple of antidotes
Good call.
and two lesser thunderstones.
Okay, I like it. Two lesser thunderstones. They believe those are a D4 and then a one splash of sonic. And then the antidotes are pretty self-explanatory. I believe they give you a bonus and then a new save when you're poisoned or diseased. I think it may just be poison, but regardless, good solid moves. You guys are able to kit up, be good to go, and we're getting, you know, we got about 40 50 minutes left or so. Let's just take a real quick fiber, and then we'll hop back in and go from there. Okay.
Sounds good.
Sounds
All right.
good to me.
Oh no.
Robert.
Not my man.
Have you played Total War Warhammer 3 much?
Hell yeah, man.
I mean, lately.
A few months ago, actually, yeah.
Have you tried the Chaos Dwarves? Not highest, but they're fucking awesome.
Oh. Yeah, I hear like the pack is really expensive, but then like the actual content is like amazing, but it's like it's just overpriced. But but the dwarves themselves are apparently.
They're a lot of fun to play, but true to Creative Assembly's usual methods, I mean, yeah, it's pretty expensive. But I personally think it's worth it because I really like the dwarves, but the Chaos Dwarves aren't really in anything except for this that I can recall. They're a lot of fun though. I honestly have been playing the Skaven more though, to be honest. I know it's funny, but no, that's the truth.
Yeah, I'm loving Warhammer, especially since Mortal Empires came out. I don't really like the campaign, like the normal campaign.
Dude, the campaign just might as well not exist. It's not like Mortal Empires is where it's at, 100%.
I am back.
Hi.
Hello.
What about you, Gage? Do you play any of the Total War games?
I have. Mostly like because I heard a little bit like not the Warhammer ones, but yeah.
The only other one that I played in earnest is Shogun 2.
Yeah, I honestly not a ton. Those aren't exact. I like them, but they just aren't exactly my vibe. Like I played Rome 2 is what I like. I like those type but and then I did play a little bit of Total Warhammer 2 back in the day. But yeah, not a lot. Honestly, I play Civ. That's like the game that I play the most. Is I play Civ. That's like my most logged hours on Steam is Civ. I think I have 3,500 hours in Civ 5 or something. I've been playing it for like 15 years, like since it came out or whatever. And I like Civ 6, but I just always end up going back to Civ 5. I have it modded out to all hell, and I have a couple buddies that I play with and stuff like that. So it's that's my go-to. I have all my friends are playing Baldur's Gate 3 and keep trying to get me to buy into it. So I think I'm gonna end up doing it. It's Fridays.
It's worth it. It's so good.
Yeah. Fridays I run an Abomination Vaults game, and we were down a player, and we were at kind of a crucial point. So I didn't really want to move forward with them at that point. So we just ended up bullshitting for a while, and that was basically just the entire time was them just telling me things to get me to buy Baldur's Gate 3. It's like, but you can do this, and you can do this, and you can do this, and you can do this. And I was like, all right. So I think I'm gonna when I get paid, I'm gonna pick it up and check it out. Because don't be wrong, I love it. I love Larian's other shit. I love the Divinity games. They're probably my favorite, RPGs. I think they're incredible. Outside of something like I do really like the Pillars of Eternity games, but they're very fun. But I love Divinity and Divinity 2, and I don't care for 5e as a game system, but I'm very familiar with it. I played it for a while before I switched to Pathfinder and stuff, and so I know of it. And I don't love, I guess I should say, the Pathfinder 1e RPGs. So I would like to play one where I'm more familiar with it, because I played a little bit of 1e, but not much, and I never liked it a whole lot. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna end up picking up Baldur's Gate 3 and checking that out finally. I was hoping to hold out until it went on sale, but I think I'm gonna end up just buying it at full price and be done with it.
Starfield.
Yeah, I'm interested in it. I like Bethesda's games. I like Bethesda's games.
I pre-ordered it, but at the same time, I'm like, it sucked.
It could. I have an Xbox.
Give it 2 months, and they're gonna mod the shit of it.
Yeah, I have an Xbox Series X, so I figure I'm going to check it out on my Xbox before I buy it for my PC because I have Games Pass or whatever, and it's coming to that since they own Bethesda or whatever now. So I'm
Like
going
a
to check
day
that out
one
whenever
thing.
it comes out. Yeah, it is. So I'm going to check that out on there. Then if I like it, I'm going to buy it on my PC because that's what I primarily play on. Like my Xbox is basically a 4K player. It's for all my 4K DVDs, and I do use it. Don't get me wrong. It's just something that I thought I would use more than I do. but but yeah, sounds like we got everybody back here. I want to get a little bit into this. I'm pretty excited for this part of the game. I've been looking forward to it. You guys are finally starting to get into the meat of what I like about it. I got a question. I will broker no slander against the show here. Did any of you guys ever watch Lost?
No.
I know of it through like cultural osmosis, like
Yeah.
the smoke
Exactly.
monster and like
Yeah.
weird ass twists, but they were basically like after season 2 or whatever, they were just kind of throwing shit on a dartboard.
Disagree. It's a beautiful show. I love it very much. I think it's one of the best ever network TV shows to ever exist. But yeah, this book, this adventure path came out around that time, and it's very heavily influenced. I don't know if they've ever come out and said it, but by Lost, I will say there is specifically a optional monster in one of the later books that's the fucking smoke monster. Like the image of it is the smoke monster. Like it is. So I'm just like, I will hear they definitely were influenced by it. There's no way they weren't, and I love it, and that's part of what drew me to it. But anyways, yeah, it's just that. But yeah, but so you guys meet up 6 a.m. bright and early the next day outside the government house. There's 3 people standing there. There's Ramona Advance, the governor of the colony. There's Carver Hastings, your new buddy, who's a guard for the colony, but seems very well educated for a guard, as well as the demure and slightly timid Peril Bays, a youngish human woman, probably in her mid-20s, kind of light pallid skin, reddish brownish hair, and she's wearing like a almost comically oversized backpack, like hiking backpack. And Carver is wearing his he's wearing his armor. He's wearing like plate armor. He's got a short sword buckled at his side. He's got a shield on his back, as well as he has a machete buckled on the other side of his belt. Peril seems to have a dagger and like a small sheath on her side, but she doesn't seem quite the combat-oriented type. But they're both speaking to Ramona. You 4 arrive, and good mornings, everything's around, and Ramona just, all right. I expect, I do request you all return to the colony before the end of the day. That way we can discuss your findings. I would also like to know that you all aren't alone out there spending the night. If you have to, of course, something happens and waylays you, I will understand. But yes, I would love to know the findings. I'd be excited to tell these to the town. I'm in fact going to prepare a sort of a celebration when you all return. We're gonna open a couple of the casks of ale that we brought with us. We're going to it seems like things are finally coming together now, and it seems like something everybody could use. So I will suppose we will see you all this evening. Sound good?
Give her a crisp salute.
Well, okay. She kind of returns it, not really knowing, but thank you for your service. And Carver's okay. Well, let's head out. And yeah, and you guys are able to head out, and he's following this map, and it's relatively it's easy enough going. You guys are following the bank of this river, so it's not like you're having to hack your way through the jungle necessarily. But it's still a jungle. There's no path or anything like that. Just the natural one you can kind of follow through the river, and you guys travel. It's about 5 miles or so, but it does take the better part of the morning, and it's another hot day. It goes around the 25th at this point, and it's around it's a little cooler. It's around 84 degrees today with 60% humidity. That storm ended up breaking up before it reached the island the night before, and the clouds kind of broke up and passed over, and there was a light drizzle, but nothing crazy. And again, though, today there is kind of the same thing where there appears to be these heady storm clouds on the horizon, but there's no reason to think the same thing might happen. Henris, you do another check, and again, it seems like if it's going to arrive, it'll probably be tonight. It's nothing you need to worry about for the moment. But you guys travel, and I have a map for you here. You guys are going to arrive at a clearing. And in this clearing, you see a number of things. Most of them are kind of just the remains of what used to be buildings. There's some low walls. Oh, Fancy Grounds is chugging up on me. Give it a second here. There we go. Let me get you guys on this map. Combat tracker. And I don't have a token for Carver Apparels, but just imagine they're there with you. This is a map I made, so I will take all the applause. Thank you. But I'm actually pretty happy with this map. You all see these low rock walls that were standing at one point, but primarily in the center is this large dais. And the thing that probably even sticks out even more is once you see this dais, you feel, and I imagine, Robert, are you carrying the little automaton, the little eyeball robot? Is it still on your person normally? Is it still kind of tucked away in your backpack? Oh, Trendon had it. Okay. So Trendon had it. I couldn't remember. So yeah, it's all of a sudden, and you would all see this, like Trendon's bag like starts like woo, 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 like rocking quickly. Like you can probably hazard a guess what's happening here. Is this creature seems to be trying to escape. It's not having any luck doing so. You guys, I assume, have it bound in multiple. I imagine it's just like it's like one of those rubber band balls. You guys just kept wrapping rubber bands around it at this point. But yeah, it's like his bag. It's like one of those like weasels, those like ferrets, those like things they sold at like Cracker Barrel. It's just like all in his bag, and it's just rocking back and forth. Like it seems to be getting very agitated or active in the presence of this area.
Well, Trendon, you got something you want to tell us?
So, I don't know. Trendon says whatever he says. It's up to you guys. What do you guys want to? Do you guys want to do anything with it, or do you just want to leave it in the bag, or?
Taking to know what the fuck it is, so he's not touching it.
Oh, that's fair. I guess they probably would have showed you a 1 point ticket. Like you guys are hanging around the kitchen one night, and they're like, "Hey, check this shit out." It's this little eyeball robot. Did I ever show you a picture of it? I think I did.
I think you did. Yeah.
I'll show you again real quick. Oh, I thought I had it handy, but I don't. So yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's about the size of a golf ball or a tennis ball. It's got a red eye in the center. It's got little like bat wings that like circle around like little helicopter blades, and it's got 4 little retractable legs. But it seemed basically inert. Anytime you guys have inspected it up until this point, it's just been a totally inert object. It's just a little golden sphere. But in this case, if Trina like opens his bag and you guys look in, you can see it's like trying to extend its legs, it's trying to extend its wings, it's trying to do all these things, and failing to do so because you guys have it bound and like tied up. Excuse me. But it is trying to do those things and just kind of rocking back and forth in his bag.
So this thing basically ain't been moving until right now.
No, it's been since you guys got it, like it's been like 9, 10, 11 days. It's been because you guys got that the very first day here. You guys started on the 16th and it's the 24th. I'm sorry, so it hasn't even, or 25th. So it's been 9 days. Yeah, it's for the last 9 days. It has been inert, and now it is though violently trying to activate.
Quickly explain to Peril and Carver like what we know about this thing.
Yeah. Carver's fascinating. I would love to. Oh, here, by the way, Ticket, I meant to give this back to you, and he gives you back your scorpion attracting gem.
Oh, gee, thanks. Just what I always wanted.
Yeah, I don't want to hold on to it. Are you kidding me? Get that away from me.
Premier, you have earned this. You are a shining light in the darkness. You can have it. Here you go, buddy.
All right, I take it and put it in my pocket. Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you, Henris.
It's this pollen.
Yeah.
Flock of birds just erupt in every direction.
Really?
I'm going to walk up to that dais and inspect it thoroughly, and also pick up a rock and throw it on it.
Sure.
Booyah.
You could just, yeah, sure. So a couple things happen. So as you get about here, no, you're fine. As you get about here, the dais actually like starts to make this humming sound, and then this image appears at the top of it. It looks like this. Yeah, it's sword on. Rangers, Rita Repulsa is sort of fucking up downtown Tokyo.
I prepared for this my entire life.
Yeah, the fucking robot's there with his nuts. But, it's like Johnny Five. No, the projection looks like this, and it starts speaking, and none of you would understand this except for Trindon, but I'm just going to say he's going to be translating in real time because that's the easiest thing to do. So it kind of flickers in and out for a moment, but then it seems to like solidify, and it seems to like kind of repeat itself as loyal citizens of the Empire, fear not. The blot in the heavens is but a ruse by veiled foes to keep us distracted in this time of mounting chaos. Tend to your regular duties and trust in the Ioun imperative and your emperor to keep you safe. Do not fail us, and we shall not fail you. And there's just kind of like a message repeats, and then it just kind of goes again. Just loyal citizens of the Empire, fear not. Blot in the heavens is but a ruse, and it just seems to kind of just do that over and over again, as long as you're within some amount of range of it.
Fascinating.
And Carver's just, my God, this is
not a ghost, but
no, this is that helm. That's a triumvirate helm. That's worn by the highest ranking members of the Pathfinder Society. And this is the garb, though. This is an Islanti. I would bet any amount of money on it. This is a message, a warning. This is incredible. And like Carver is like wandering up to it, like almost heedlessly. He's like kind of like getting close to it, like getting like hunkering down on his haunches and like looking at it, kind of waving his hand through the illusion and stuff like that. And this is the most incredible illusion I've ever seen. And those of you who have seen illusions of any kind, even in the city, things of that nature, this is very like, it looks real. It just looks like the only thing that's making it obviously not real is Carver's passing his hands through it, things like that nature. You guys saw it appear, but this is appears to be very, very high level magic, especially in the sense that it's existing right now. There's no reason to think this isn't from the time of the ancient Islandi people 10,000 years ago, and has survived that amount of time, along with the cataclysmic event that befell the continent of Aslant.
Harold, can you tell us about the Islanti? Give us a short backstory. I know of it, but I imagine some don't.
Yeah, I think Trindon would probably be the best one, and Trindon can tell you kind of, that there's nobody knows what really happened, for sure, but that some 10,000 years ago, the continent of Aslant, which is what these islands used to once be, was wiped off the face of the planet in some sort of cataclysmic event. Nobody knows what really caused it. A lot of scholars kind of disagree on a few different things, but most of the experts seem to agree that it was a meteoroid or comet or something like that of that nature that slammed into the continent and just kind of destroyed them, and actually set the world back by any number of thousands of years, and caused what was known as the Age of Darkness, where the world was encased in this, for lack of a kind of a better term, this ash cloud and almost nuclear winter, that the world was in chaos for a very long amount of time, but that the Islanti were the first humans, the human empire that was able to ascend to a place amongst the other strong nations of the time, serpent folk and things like that. But that the ancient Aslanti themselves were, incredibly advanced in both technology, clockworks, magic, things of that nature. They were just they were one of the greatest forces that no one has even quite reached in this current day and age. Nobody's been able to quite reach their grasp and their breadth of knowledge that they had. But again, though, were mysteriously wiped out almost wholesale some 10,000 years ago.
We are looking at the first humans, the first human civilization, first humans blessed by Abadar himself. I just kind of kneel at this like image, which for my religion, this is like considered. I'm looking at like the first of my people.
Yeah, it's like finding, it'd be like finding like a fucking like ancient Sumerian, like book or something, like it's just truly a mind-boggling thing to find, or like I guess more akin to like Atlantis, like Atlantis is real,
or like Lemuria or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like staring at this. I'm like, my God, we are going to make such a fortune on this.
It belongs in a museum. And Carver takes that whip.
How do you? And I shoot her with the crossbow.
You ran across some of the forebears of your own race, and now you're saying that you want to make money off of it?
I mean, look, we can't really just show this for free. We got to make it,
What do you mean you can't show it for free? What are you talking about?
I mean, there's upkeep, and we have to give back to the community as well.
There's upkeep for the ancient deist that's standing in the jungle for the last 10,000 years.
Are you talking about running a zoo, or you're talking about looking at projection? What is happening here?
Look, I can't. Money is need. I'm like trying to explain to him the concept of capitalism.
You need to understand
money is
that,
used for goods and services. You could buy many peanuts with it.
Ticket, you need to understand that Abadar is God, and Abadar, it's against his religion to do things for free.
There are no free lunches.
But I agree with Ticket. This is a scientific wonder to share the world. But I'm more concerned about that, and I point to the bag. And so I'm going to walk over and I'm going to gingerly pull out the...
Yeah.
His name's Edie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you do. And it's just, I'm just imagining you guys have it bound in like rawhide, like twine and stuff like that. And leather straps, very, very BDSM. But it's like kind of, but it's clearly trying to go towards this dais. Like that is a very clear indication you get when you pick it up. It's like movements are that way.
Well,
Carver just says, "This is. I think you should look." And he points, and you would have actually seen this as well, Roberto, with your perception check. There in the center, right there. There's a slot. There's a slot right there. I think it can fit.
I'm just going to go ahead and put this out there. Throwing it out into the world, we already took some stuff from a wall and a giant scorpion chased us. And now we're going to put a cylinder or a round, rotund thing into a hole that we don't know what it's going to do. I'm just putting it out there. Just saying.
Well, that was, and Carver that was removing Ticket. Now you're bringing it back. See, wouldn't that be a good thing then? By your logic?
Yep. All right. Yep. All right,
and
Carver,
he's like saying it with like a wry smile. He's just kind of like yanking your chain. I don't think you're wrong though. This could be something that could cause us a problem. I think maybe in fact we should look into. I would like to see what this does though. I would very much like to see what this does.
So would I.
I'm saying put it in there. That's fine, but just be ready. Is all I'm saying.
Yes, I think Ticket has the right of it, and he like unsheathes his sword, and Peril just okay. I'm gonna stand in the back a little bit. I don't. This is fascinating and all. And she's had like kind of a logbook out, like a tablet, like a tablet out the whole time. And she's just kind of like script. She's been like basically mapping your guys' journey along the river and stuff like that. And she's kind of putting rough directions, and she'll probably create a more concrete map at a future point. But she just I'm just gonna wait back here if that's okay. I'm not. Cut out for this sort of thing, but yes, I'm curious as well. I would like to see what happens.
Henris, I vote for putting it in the dais.
I think it's a good idea. But just to be sure, and I load my crossbow.
yeah, that's fine. He pulls out. Carver gets his sword out. Peril has her dagger out. I imagine you unsheath your dagger's ticket. You take out Shark Fin, Robert.
Oh,
and
he's going into stealth.
Okay, got it. You're gonna try to, yeah. You can roll me a stealth check. Try to kind of in the underbrush and the trees.
He's taking no fucking chances right now.
Yeah, no shade.
I think he doesn't even need to make a roll for.
Yeah, that's fair. I think whatever it may be, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll come back to it next week. I'm not sweating it too hard because we're just kind of getting into flavor here. But yeah, you can. So do you unbind it, Robert? Do you partially unbind it? What do you do with it? Or do you just kind of pop it in as is?
I have my shield on my back, so it is stowed. But I have my sword. I walk up to the dais, and I use the sword to cut the strings, and then I step back.
Yeah, and it kind of, so you do that, and immediately its blades start kind of whirring, and its eye like opens and like focuses, looks around, its legs almost like stretch, it looks like, and then it'll immediately kind of goes into like a hovering pattern and slowly spirals down into this little slot that's in this dais, and it like shink nestles into it. And the moment it does, this recording, it's again like in the middle of it, just pay no attention to the book, and then it just stops. And then this creature, all of a sudden, it like pivots in the slot to where its eye is facing upwards. And then there's like a sort of projection that starts emanating from that, an illusion. And you see it's you all being the three of you minus Ticket with Enyo, your former party companion, capturing it. It's like the scene of that playing out from this creature's, yeah, exactly, from this thing's perspective. It's like in more of a it's almost like a, you guys wouldn't know this, like, but to describe it to you all out of character, it's almost like infrared is what it is. It's like a different style of vision. Yeah, where it's kind of more like, it's the heat and things of that nature, and just kind of more analytical. It's not quite like, Terminator, where it's like threat level, blah, 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 like it's next to you guys, but it's something kind of akin to that. And then that goes on and it plays out that scene, and then it kind of ends where you all have captured it. And then there seems to just be, then the image is cut out, but then you hear audio recordings. And you hear conversations you've all had, various ones. You hear battles. You hear the conversation you guys had when you met Ticket. You hear the conversation you had when you guys met back up at the boat with Ramona. You hear the fight with Brine-Tooth, the giant Grindilo in the caverns. You guys hear, the return of Henris from the, yeah, exactly, the return of Henris, all this shit, like this, all these conversations, and they're all playing at like 3 times speed. They're enough to where you can hear them and understand them, but they're happening. And then after they all kind of come to a close, the very last thing you hear is like this conversation to decide to place this thing in the dais. And then once you do, its iris like zips close again. And then the projection pops back up, and it starts to repeat its message. And the little iBot seems inert in its little slot. It's like not moving.
All right. Well, that was interesting.
Thing is a scout. It has been watching us. That is troubling.
I mean, it's a giant eyeball, my guy.
But this does tell me one thing. Obvious truth is that there must be somebody or something behind it to the colony to observe and report back. Yeah, that's a scout.
Well, stick with me here on this one. What if it was already here, and it doesn't realize that its forebears or whoever created it aren't around anymore, so it's just doing its job that it's always been doing?
It's true too. Well, the good news, the smart thing to do now is to lock it in a place you cannot observe.
What's wrong with just leaving it here?
You guys are like wrap it in like foam. I can't hear you guys.
Well,
we gotta bury it in the backyard, the lead box.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, I mean that would actually work. Bro. Yeah. I want to try and pick it up.
Yeah, you pick it up, no problem. It's not like locked in or anything. It's just literally like it's just sitting in this little dais. And when you pick it up, it's like there's almost like a ka-chunk, and you can see just as you pick it up, there's like a very small. I would describe it as like I'm blanking on the word for it. What am I looking for? Like an Allen wrench, you know, like a hexagonal, like little like connector was like slotted into the back of this thing, and as you pick it up, it like shoop separates from it and then retracts back into the dais.
Oh.
But it doesn't appear to be moving anymore. It's not struggling or anything of that nature. It seems totally inert at this point. It's all sealed up. It's just a tennis ball sized, brassy, golden colored sphere.
What? I think you're on the money in that this is some form of like surveillance of some kind, I guess, for whoever these forebears were. My assumption is.
See the words. I'm sorry. I was just gonna make a dumb joke.
Maybe there's more of these littered throughout the island, perhaps, but I don't really think it has any use to us right now if it's just gonna record everything we do and then just go back into the hole and play it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and clearly those recordings, like the audio only ones, were when you guys had it like trussed and bound up and stuff like that, and it was still recording audio at that time when it didn't have any visual medium to do so. So you don't think Ticket's wrong there.
Well, as Ticket says, another thing is find anymore. Back to you, what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, very true. Very true.
Or we can use it to spy on people. Not that I would ever do that. I don't do things like that. I'm just saying. It's possible, right? It's right, right?
Would definitely keep order in the place.
Cab confessions.
Watch.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, you see, this is even more relevant. You see the letters NSA stamped in the side of it. Freedom of Information Act.
Sponsored by the Patriot Act.
Yeah, the Patriot Act. Yeah, I don't know what this means.
We put it on the ship with Antonia, and we find out everything she knows. No,
you put it in the girls' locker room. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, so I don't know, Robert. You can hang on to it if you want to. I don't think it's got a whole lot of use to us right now.
I'm going to give it back to Trindon.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Carver, you've been awfully silent.
He's just seemingly in awe, and he kind of shakes his head. He says, "Well, yes, I've been debating this, and I think it's time. You four seem like the folks I would like to come clean to. Peril, no offense. I don't have any issue with you, but I don't see you knowing this information as an issue. I've already told Ramona. I do have a secret, something I was not
We've already
sent
got a
to
zombie
this.
in the group, so there ain't running much.
Well, no. I'm well. What? Oh yeah, you died, huh? Okay. No. Nothing quite so gauche as that. I've been sent here as a guard, yes, but that's not my primary task. I'm actually a member of the Pathfinder Society. And they sent me here to investigate this place and make sure that the possible Aslanti items that could be recovered here weren't used for ill, as we know so little about them. And they've
Oh, you mean like
extended
trying
me.
to sell it to people?
It's sort of it's like so just
okay.
a brief overview of the Pathfinders, which Ticket would probably know a bit about too, is like they're genuinely pretty good, but like they're also still just like an organization. Like they do have their flaws and their issues. They aren't perfect by any means. Like they also wouldn't be above selling shit as long as it wasn't something like malicious. So like he's like not like completely turned off by this, but
like, oh no.
Yeah, they're like, no, we aren't going to sell that. But like, oh, this like, these ancient artifacts, let's not return them to Assyria. Let's sell these for a profit. Like, they just aren't.
He's 100% taking the piss out of Henris right now. That's all.
Yeah, no. It's very funny. I appreciate it. But he's just yes. And they've also actually granted me the power to deputize Pathfinders within our ranks. And I think the four of you, if any of you wish to, could perhaps be a good fit. And that's something I would like to extend the offer. And as he says that, a couple things happen. First of all, this projection is still going on because like I'll have a token for him next week. So we're gonna wrap up here in just 1 second. But like he's standing like right there by it. Peril's like standing like over here between Trendon and Ticket or Tickets. Are you still talking to him like from the undergrowth, Ticket? Are you still like stealth? like a burning bush to like giving Moses like information.
It's like a little kid in the blanket fort, just kind of talking from underneath it.
Yeah, I love it.
Right, you did remind me, so he's coming out of the brush now.
No, that's funny. That's why I just thought about it. But Peril's kind of over in here too. Says, but yes, I'd like to extend this offer, and again, the projection's still going. Just loyal citizens of the empire. And as it's doing that, and as he's extending this offer from this tree here, comes jumping out 6 of these monkey goblins, which the 3 of you, being Robert, Trendon, and Henris, were able to had fought and murked the fuck out of when they were living in the colony, come jumping out of the trees here, screaming and charging at this projection with these roughshod spears of theirs. And Carver goes, "What the fuck?" And we're gonna start next week with a combat with you guys rolling against these monkey goblins. Yeah.
More monkey goblins to slaughter.
Yeah, some of these look a bit beefier than the other ones.
I'm still in the brush though, right?
Monkey goblins.
Yeah, you could be in the brush. I have no problem with that. That's fine. Yeah, you could be in the brush. That's fine.
Monkeys, you can't see shit.
PG.
You literally were like, I'm able to conscript people in the Pathfinder time. Like, this is just Power Rangers. It is Power Rangers.
I will need 5 adventurers with attitude.
That's basically it. Yeah, 5 adventurers with attitude. Oh, we're having a local Comic-Con here where I live. It's pretty small, but the Yellow Ranger is going to be there.
Why did they rename the colony to Angels Grove? I'm very confused.
Is that the Power Rangers high school name?